Gravity. 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 Gravity.
Baby, wait another mission crew, and we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding.
Here we go again. Trying hard, but you wanna be my friend. Ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. Here we go again. Call my bluff, I'ma be here till the end. I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change.
And I just want to quickly touch upon that 9 Mars from Tundra in that previous game. That was insane, and there was, I mean, Liquid had a rough one ahead of them that game. Let's see that they are this time. T, actually, you talked about this. You said you wouldn't want to be the team that lost the game and then go straight into it again. That's what Liquid's doing right now.
Which is fair, because they had the easy run. No, I'm joking. But yeah, this is, first of all, quickly touch on Tundra one last time. I think massive props to them. I think they outplayed 2 of the 3 lanes. It was really fun to watch. So I'm happy that they were able to force out kind of the rematch, because not only this, best of ones are very scary. So now we've already seen one set of best of ones from each of the teams. They should have learned so much that this time around, it should just be even a higher level. When that first set of best of ones was already so entertaining to watch. So yeah, this is...
I think more than play, it's going to impact the draft. You can already see it with the opening bans here. OG just say, you know what? We don't like that opener. You're not going to get it. And Liquid, because there's no Bloodseeker, ban out the Weaver because they just don't fear other Wisp combos. I don't think they're necessarily wrong with that. Like, Wisp hasn't really looked great outside of games it's tethered to a Weaver, especially on support.
Yeah, I love this idea though from Liquid. You know, it's simply put, they have Morph Alk ban. Instead,
of course.
No, but they gave them Alchemist.
No, but like their first pick though on OG, it's a first pick Alk. They're gonna have to by pick 8. Like, you see the point here. So Liquid responds, OG picks another hero. Suddenly Liquid can just go for like a Timbersaw or something like that, instant out counter. Now they don't have to care too much about it. Like, of course, right now they're thinking of Monkey King and those kind of Alk enablers, and that's naturally what OG would pair straight away. But I don't mind this.
Like, should they just pick Monkey King here, or are there more scary Alk enablers, or should they just focus on what they want to do themselves for this game?
I think they can. Like, they're not going to make the mistake that other teams did, where they just suddenly put the monkey into the offlane role and just give it no game. I think that was Secret that actually did that, where Zai played this kind of sacrificial monkey offlane. So potentially Liquid will be kind of discussing, do we have to block pick the monkey, or can we at least just pick a strong timing that we know 14 minutes is when they play? So they just go straight for the Timbersaw. Sure, okay. Surely these OG still goes for monkey though, right?
I would
probably.
guess so.
Yeah.
Which is, what is the other option? What did we see from what was the other combination that worked?
Riki Gyro.
Ooh.
Okay. This is.
Do you like it?
I don't mind it, because it's like, when I was talking about Monkey King, I was thinking of the idea of like, you need to hero for the Ags and you need to hero to counter Timbersaw. So what OG has done is, we're not going to show our hand with what Ags we're giving away, because that's kind of the big issue with the outdraft, that you instantly show who's the enabled hero, and then the team can draft against it. So you pick this Ench, who will deal with the Timber in lane, because again, with the impetus and the creep, it does really well against Timbersaw like early levels. So they get to kind of disguise what they're doing with the out, something they've never really done too much with most of the outdrafts, other than the one time they had the gyro at like pick 17 or something.
Yeah. And OG really like these like more versatile openings, but it just shows they're more comfortable playing Alk plus X than Wisp plus X.
Yes.
And it makes sense when you look at, Liquid, you're going to expect now 3 Ags ban heroes to come out, but we already saw OG beat Secret, even though that was the case. Like, they ran a really cool Riki mid gyro safe lane. They both got Ags. They dumpstered the game. My only concern with Liquid was to second pick the Timber sets up OG for this really easy Ench pick. You probably still take the Timber anyway, but I would have expected them to swap the order of their opener.
I don't know.
They then also be banning out the Lion. Like, there's so many heroes to ban now on the side of Liquid.
Well, they currently have to ban out the Alchemist enabled heroes. So Juggernaut, Gyro, Monkey King are like the go-to, like, obvious 3.
Definitely Jug with the Timber.
Okay, so then you leave the Lion in, and Lion will probably be picked by OG then, right?
Yes and no.
Because it's normally no-till playing the Ench, and then Saxa doesn't have a hero yet.
The thing is, because they're first pick, they get to see one more hero, and then they can decide. So like, if it becomes a line game, wouldn't be surprised if Lion gets picked, you know?
Yeah, I just don't think that you just can't afford to ban Lion. You gotta give away, because he's not getting an axe. And the end of the day, it's what hero will OG play this ALK with. Like that's the whole win condition. So, you know, Lion can be replaced, but Monkey King, as an example, not really the same case.
All right, non-draft question here. How much do you love this format where we literally get to see basically like the best of two but split up? Like there's something about having this time to kind of develop after one game, but with a gap of two. Like, I'm just
you know what I
such
hope
a fan. Gone.
I hope that we get the same run back, but swapping the winner from every series.
So it goes 1-1, 1-1. Oh yes.
So OG wins this one. Tundra wins the next one,
and Liquid beats
then
Tundra.
Liquid wins that one.
We could be creating the new format for TI, where it's like mini groups of like 3 teams where they have to play like a best of 3 split in one day. I've never been so excited for a format
fighting
before.
for one slot. Good luck.
And because like the key thing is, because we're going to the second round, that's where it became fun. With one round of best of ones, it's kind of sketchy.
Yeah,
you don't really know. But the second round, it's like you've had time to learn. You know what they're thinking on the day, and they go for a tiny.
It's best of 3, but then best of 3, not normal, but best of 3.
Exactly, one at a time.
3 tiebreakers. Best of 3 rounds of tiebreakers.
Dude, that format is so cool.
So the tiny here from Liquid, we've seen OG play, we've seen the old Liquid play. This is most likely Taiga Zero as an Earth Spirit replacement. So what I want them to do now is pick an active mid that they can find kills for. It's really nice. Oh, what? Oh, Luna Eggs. Luna Eggs.
It's going to be a pie. Instant Razor, though, response.
Luna IO Eggs or just Eggs?
And then Bat Rider. This draft is accelerating pretty quickly.
God. Oh, it's been nerfed, but this is actually such a disgusting Bat game. Like, oh my goodness, I would be not happy.
The reason why I think Bat works pretty well here is because he's not really laning into these bigger right clickers, so to speak, in terms of laning phase. Like it's not. Yeah, I think it's actually kind of fine. Like Bat is nerfed, but the game is still pretty good, like you said.
The big difference is you can't clear ancient stacks as well, and you don't last hit as effectively without spells. But if you can get, your bots up, your level 10, the hero's the same.
Yeah, it's like the 14-minute timing. It's like the idea of collapse laning phase and play. And I think Liquid right now, it is so crucial they find the correct laning setups, because if you sacrifice Timber into Luna Ench lane, he's going to be pretty sad. If you put if you put the Timber into ALK, again, you're going to be really happy. So it's like Liquid, they have to play up as 4 or 5 at the first night time, need to scout the lanes correctly and get the matchups they want. Otherwise, this is where OG kind of gets into that rhythm of an ALK draft where suddenly your Luna's got that good 10 minutes of free farm. Bang, slap an Ags in her. You're going to go for a big team fight. Like, it can be pretty scary.
It is terrifying.
Yeah.
The Razor against ALK top is the matchup to watch for sure. I'm just afraid. Like, I think this Bat Rider is just so spooky, because you've got to be concerned about the tempo of OG, but now your last pick can't really be, it can't be a gotcha as maybe they were hoping for. Like, you have to address the Bat Rider.
Yeah. And they're taking their time here also on the bans. They realize it's gonna be spooky, because what does OG need? We know that Team Liquid need an answer to what's coming to them from OG. Is OG like worried about anything coming from the side of Team Liquid?
I think you need to respect a potential Brood still to some degree. You can't really put any hero into mid lane. They have last pick on Liquid. Other than that, in terms of like the quirk of the hero pool, not so much. I think he most likely is playing the Razor, and they are looking just for like kind of the mid-game hero to kind of close out the win, or kind of the draft, sorry, not the win. Still to play the game. But they have last pick, so it's more pressure on OG right now. Like, they're the ones who need to understand kind of how they're. I like the bristle ban actually.
Yeah,
you quite often forget about the hero, and even when Cuddle's picked, you kind of forget it exists. But if you had Timber and Bristle, in the words of Carl, these are 2 heroes with a lot of gravity, and then suddenly you have a Razor securing his own lane. That in itself builds up for a very strong early timing.
Yep, and at the end of the day, Liquid's ability to exploit the macro of this game is revolving around the Coddle, and who can he play with, who is he bringing to fights. The trouble is, right now you need a hero that kind of does both. Like, who's playing away from the team that you can summon in to go get kills. Like, you have one stun right now, and it's your Tiny, and he's already in a pretty rough game with an Ench in one lane, a Bat in one lane. Maybe you just core the tiny, but that's unplayable into a bat.
I feel like it doesn't feel too good. CSing wise, you'll be fine, but like just the level 3 point where they kind of start diving you, that feels a bit unfortunate. Again, for OG, they just need to understand what's happening with their kind of the heroes they got so far, because we've seen Alk offlane quite a lot. Is it a mid bat rider? Are we looking at position 4? Is it going to be some like OG kind of quirky draft where it's actually Satsuka playing the Luna? He's getting given a position 4 Ags on Luna, and we're going to have a super active mid lane with an offlane bat. I think that, like, okay. Whew.
Okay.
There's a lot still open with
There's
that.
a lot of question marks with their heroes, but
yeah.
Well, it's going to be a bat or a Pango 4 and mid.
Hold on.
And they're just going to look at the matchups and decide.
Yeah. This is the evolution. Oh, yeah, okay, no, that's true. Interesting.
That is super. That's just such. You don't see this kind of openness
aggressive.
very often.
And then an instant puck from from Liquid. That's nice.
So that shows the lanes. I think that this probably means you want the Pango mid, and exactly, yep, they're going to pick it up.
That's a position 4 Alk.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, wait. I don't know who I spoke. Okay, I can't remember who I spoke to, but I said to someone at the panel, like in Dreamleague, about the evolution of Alk offlane. It should become position 4, just because you are an Ags, you need an offlaner. I think I said it to you, Kyle. So I don't know, but either way, I love the fact that OG has kind of developed this Alk draft a little bit. Best of ones, round 2, bit of smarts behind it. Wow, I don't know. I'm just
Okay.
stuff.
So all right. So you keep fanboying. I'll try and. Break
I'm not
this one down a
fanboying.
bit. Puck
A
last
little bit of
pick
fanboy,
mid.
it's okay.
Is a fine matchup against both. But to Teakup's point, when you now have a bat 3, Razor doesn't like this matchup anymore at all. So Liquid's laning advantage kind of disappears, and bottom lane it's Ench Luna. Like, that's really scary. I don't know if you're going to be free to move mid as Taiga in a game like this.
So T, are you favoring OG's draft here?
No, just because this is one of the times where OG's creativity makes or breaks them. You know, like if they win this game, they're so creative. They did the Alk 4. If they lose, it's like, you know,
it's a results-based industry. No, this is esports. One team wins.
Liquid. Okay, Kyle. Liquid's draft is so clean. It's so liquid. I favor them. I think OG's creativity has the reason why they put in this position of tie breaks and not just easily getting to the major. So that's why I think Liquid, they're on way much more comfort, and I prefer Liquid's draft. But
all right, well, thank you very much. It's another best of one. OG and Team Liquid. Kyle, take OD Pixel and go commentate this game. Thank you.
Yes, well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Another round of this incredible tiebreakers between these three teams, and the OG Liquid again to start it off. Kyle, we've seen the draft. It is indeed an incredibly creative one here by OG. Liquid with some real staples. What do you reckon? Do you think, has OG gone too far, or is this going to work?
I honestly think the Bat Rider pick is something that Liquid just weren't ready for, and how they deal with that is going to determine this game. Seb even starting the game with a Quelling Blade to make up for that lack of damage now on Napalm against creeps. A free Ags on Luna is pretty nuts, especially in mid one's hands. I like what they've got, whereas Liquid, they're just in the comfort zone. I'm just not a huge believer in Razor unless it wins the laning phase, and against Bat Rider, that's very tough.
Is that the matchup he's going to get? Because at the moment, you know, Seb's starting down bottom. They're going to be moving mid one and Saxa, by the looks of it, up towards the top.
Yes.
The battle begins.
Wait, really interesting. They want the Luna top against the Razor? I don't know if this is the adaptation you want.
Well, I think they want.
Oh wait,
they want Seb in the 1v1 against.
Versus Timbersaw. Nah, good point. What am I thinking? I forgot that like Bat legitimately just has nothing but good matchups with the exception of the Puck. So they don't want that middle. And as we saw in the previous game when Thompson played Ember against Puck, the big issue with the hero is it's very low armor. And once again, Thompson starts with this Blight Zone. He's going to do some pretty heavy harass damage just with the swashbuckle. Oh, toss.
So if they get this here, no tail. He's got the salve. He's good to go. So got to be prepared for Tiger getting that set up on these heroes, and kind of on any of them as well early. They'll all be very susceptible to Quake for running them down with the static once he's got that skilled up at level 2.
This top lane though, this is This is not how Tiny likes to play. Another really low armor hero, acid spray -4. He's at 0, so you can't really play for the tosses as you'd hope. And No-Tail's just grabbing a nice creep from the jungle in the meantime.
They're going to toss him back, but well, going to get hit by the Illuminate. Saxa, he might still go down those. He's taking a lot of right clicks here from the three of them, and he'll be the first to fall. Tiger gets the first blood. Quakefer is able to get away as well with Tiger blocking mid-one, stopping him from being able to run down Quakefer. So Liquid able to get the first blood here against this aggressive tri-lane of OG.
But this doesn't get any easier. It's a 2-on-3, and they traded. Now that No-Tail's here with the creep, it just gets much more difficult. Nice job by Liquid, though. They got to control this hard camp. This is going to be key to winning the tri-lane.
We'll see if they're able to stop OG from having control of this. It's Tiger. As you're running into this, he's in the acid spray. He's going to take a lot of damage. The Illuminate will hit onto the three of them. But this time, Tiger will go down. A lot of punch between these three when it's amped up by that acid spray.
Yeah. The lane bottom is going pretty well for the Timber. Again, the nerfs to Bat playing a part in this. He just needs more levels before he can start to really take over. And but you do have to be careful as Boxy. If you get a bunch of stacks on you, it's the Firefly damage that really ticks you down. But 15 stick, he'll be just fine spamming Timber Chain.
And we're seeing the mid lane. Mickey's having a wonderful time against Topson so far. Top Saxa. Level 2, he's got Concoction ready to throw now. They're moving on to Insania. And Insania, he'll go down. At the same time, Tiger and Quakefer, they're trying to chase down mid one. Got a fair bit of damage stolen with the static link. Is it enough? It is. Quakefer will take the kill. Now they can turn it over towards No-Tail. There's a Concoction to hold them back momentarily, but Quakefer's still able to have the reach and get the kill.
They're going to give away the ward.
Double kill for the Razor.
Yeah, very worth it. They will lose the ward. It was already pinged out by No-Tail. That's how we got that last touch on, but nice job. Insania is the one you'd like to die so that Quakefer can get a kill on the enemy core. And yeah, you had a good point. Like, Topson's actually getting pretty bodied. Mid, he's out of mana and forced to go for his own medium camp here. Mickey just has control on his hill and didn't even have to go bottle rush, so he'll have those extra stacks that'll help him throughout the game. It's really nice to get a couple of nulls on Puck just for the spell amp as you scale.
Saxa, he's not going to be able to throw the Concoction. The disable there from Tiger between the avalanche and the toss stops Saxa from being able to get it out, and Saxa's going to die. Another kill for Quakefer. Quakefer's already 3-0-1 in this lane. Tiger will get taken down by mid-one. Quakefer's able to salve up, and they're playing this lane very nicely here, Liquid, getting a really good start for Quakefer safe lane Razor.
Said tipping Foxy. Yeah, bottom's a wash. Mickey, will he get the rune? No, he does not. Oh, wait, will he? Yeah, he will.
Should be able to. Yeah, Topson, he's not got mana for another swashbuckle. So, Mickey able to get a little bit of time out of that regen rune. Topson able to find him after the phase shift, of course. And Topson just having his fresh bottle delivered. Yep. So he's going to be okay.
Yeah, the CS is a little misleading, though. Topson is behind in net worth by 500, just because some of those CS are neutral creeps. And he's also had to buy and funnel himself more regen. But yeah, look at that. The swashbuckle harass starts to deal some serious damage as he gets levels up.
I mean, this top lane as well, how concerned do you have to be if you're OG when you see how little mid one's able to farm out of this lane?
I think you got to be pretty concerned. When you go aggro tri-lane, will he get the toss back? No. It's up. Oh, and wait, bottom. What in the hell? Boxy killed Bat without being level 6, so I guess Seb just got too aggressive.
They wanted the rune, yeah.
Yeah, but Saxa was there to help with the last hit. So the trouble with aggro tri-laning is you can't move out of this. You have to win the lane, because let's say you go bottom, like you're just gonna die to the Timber, and yeah, Boxy just manned up for that. Well done.
I mean, they're not winning this lane, top. By quite some while here, with Quakefer getting another kill thanks to Tiger's catch. I mean, Quakefer, you know, he's a full level ahead of mid-bomb right now, and double the CS.
Yeah, and this is 4 Alk. Like this was first pick, Owen. You know, this Ags is supposed to be the big timing. I mean, all eyes on Topson here. Like, I don't know what you do as a mid Pango to turn a game around, but his team is going to need some help in this top lane and quick.
And we'll see how OG's able to sort of save that situation top. It's definitely going to be a slow start here on for those involved in this top tri lane. As Notel, he steps up. I think he's just going to give his life again. As they've got him. It's a mega kill streak at 6 minutes in. The feed just doesn't stop into the hands of Quoifer. Down bottom, Seb and Saxa will be able to team up and get Boxy. So Seb, likewise with Thompson, is going to have a decent start. So these playmaking heroes, they're going to have to pull out a whole lot to make room for the mid-bomb recovery.
Dire's courier has been killed.
I mean, net worth, like, gold is still even. It's just a question of, like, what does the OG draft do to come back? I think Seb, it's not ideal, his start, but he's doing pretty well. That solo kill on Boxy is going to help his game quite a bit. And again, Liquid just don't really have an answer to the Bat Rider. So look to him, perhaps, to dictate the tempo.
Nikkei is going to drop the Dream Coil. Tiger comes in with a rotation. They take out Thompson. Mid-one is going to look towards Mikkei. Quick dodge there off the concoction. And Mikkei, he'll be able to jump away to the orb. As he's out of harm's way, Mikkei's going to be fine. This has created a big movement now. Mid-one, Notel, they've swung round towards the mid lane. This is going to give, of course, a free space for Quoifer. Where's he going to head to? He's going to... Oh, no, he was going to TP out there, but holds back on it. I think he realized, this top area of the map is now completely free for him.
Yep. And Saxa, Tico was right. He's playing it like he's an offlaner. He's just in the jungle farming with acid spray. Medallion queued up, probably the Agatha after, tops into top. Insanity just stacking jungle. Game is somewhat stabilized.
No, the test, of course, is always going to be what does Quoifer do with this sort of a start, right? He's had all these kills. We'll see what route he goes with the build. Thompson does go forward quite aggressively, and Mikkei's got a Dream Coil. They see an opportunity to go for this Thompson kill, and they will. They're with the Dream Coil, and he cannot escape it. And so Thompson's move towards the top lane has just only ended up giving more glory for Quoifer. I mean, it's 8 minutes in, he's been involved in 7 kills on this top lane.
Well, a hell of a performance so far. This guy loves to play these roaming heroes, and Insania is apparently just going to take his own stacks. Maybe he'll save them for Mikkei, just buttering them up for him. But Seb has been jungling for the last couple of minutes, but he had no stacks, so he's really not gotten much efficient farm out of it. Foxy's caught up a bunch down bottom. And yeah, it will be the Ags on Saxa. That's the strat. It's the same plan, just strange.
Liquid and looking to get in aggressive on this bottom lane. Already diving in onto Saxa. Saxa will get a concoction off. TPs are coming in, but Saxa goes down. They'll step in with the toss-up onto Seb. So they can finish him. The backups come over from Thompson. With that Rolling Thunder and the lasso locked down onto Tiger, they will kill off the Tiny. So they get something in return. Boxy's got him with a burst. He's got enough to take down Seb. He hasn't. Seb will manage to TP away. Thompson trying to escape with the swashbuckle, but now he's out of a swashbuckle and he's out of a Rolling Thunder. He's got nothing else to sort of help him break away from this as Quoifer sweeps around, and it just doesn't stop for this Razor. Another kill for Quoifer, and now he's in position to start beating onto the tier 1 tower.
Look top as well. Mikkei's hunting. No Tail trying to shove this tower by himself, but he's going to find a Puck. Or I guess Puck's going to find him. That's going to be a free kill, it looks like. Yep.
Bottom, OG. We'll see if they can hit back. Saxa, he's got the concoction. He can't quite get in range, though. Quoifer is going to turn, get the link going. They're going to put the ultimate here. Mid-bomb wants to make sure that they get this kill onto the Razor, and they will. Seb gets the last touch, so some money for him. Boxy crossing across towards Seb. And now they can try and turn for Boxy as well. Another concoction into the trees, though, means that Saxa, he actually is able to find vision to get it thrown out, but more TPs are coming in from Liquid. As OG, they've got to back off Mikkei. He's in, coiled down onto the two of them. They're stepping forth, and they got the burst to take down Seb. Seb, he's down. Liquid, they've found the bat. Can they dive in for more? They're ready. Tiger tossing Mikkei into the front line, Seb willing him to close the gap onto mid-one. They find another. It's a double kill for Mikkei, and they're not done yet. Insania's trying his best to block off Saxa. Saxa, he won't even get the courier as they surround him and take down another Liquid. 15-7 now. These kills getting out of control.
They're just running him over again, Owen. How This puck is enormous.
I mean, look, he's nearly level 12 at 11 minutes in.
Yeah, it's the stacks. Like, he got so much farm.
Yeah.
First, he won mid. They get kills. He gets a free kill on No-Tail. He's clearing stacks. Everywhere he goes, there's action. And top now, No-Tail, again, you can't push by yourself against this tunnel.
They're going to try and go for Tiger. Tiger, he's able to get his spells off. He may go down, but look how low Seb is. Seb pops the lasso, but he ticks out.
It's too much action. They're killing everybody. I'm looking top of the kill. They're already killing somebody somewhere else. Now they just head towards mid tower. No problem.
Yeah, put the pressure on. Boxy's able to get the tower deny as well up top. This is some fast stuff from Liquid. As OG, they've got a right mountain to climb in front of them.
What's the plan, Owen? Look at Sox's net worth. Look, I mean, Mickey's going parabolic.
Yeah, Mickey. This puck, I mean, we've seen it before. Mickey on his puck, it's insane.
This is the dream. This is Liquid in their comfort zone. You know, and I think they deserve criticism for putting Tundra in that position in that last round of tiebreakers, but...
Mickey.
Oh, here we go, Mickey again.
I mean, look how much damage it is at this stage. With the levels, with this quick Witchblade, it's just an easy kill. Any hero coiled right now will die very, very quickly to Mickey.
Boxy with the hood, very tanky. He invites any kind of aggression, even with that inch. I don't think you're gonna do.
He's gonna turn. No-Tail shows his face. He just gets blown up.
All right.
He's 2-6-1. He's having a rough one. Top lane. TP's come in. They'll be able to make sure that mid one doesn't die.
Radiant's middle tower.
Mickey is being chased, and he's being taken out of there by the recoil as he's away, out of harm's way. They won't be able to catch him. Boxy hammering into this mid tower. See if OG can push Liquid away from this. As they will, Liquid will respect them as OG turn up in full force to hold this mid tier one. Oh, 19-8, 7k lead here, and we're only 13 minutes in.
Yeah. It feels like we're 20.
Yeah.
They're so farmed, and they're just everywhere on this map. Seb, he's going for that same build, the bots BKB, but like, you just can't kill anybody if you're OG. You don't have a click stun. It's so hard to play the game, whereas Liquid, you just run up, okay, tiny stun, puck coil, that's a kill.
Yeah. And top lane, Mickey.
Middle tower is under attack.
He's not even going to blow the coil. He doesn't want to waste the cooldown.
And, you know, thinking about it, I don't know if you guys really did talk about it, but from the draft, you've got to imagine that the plan wasn't initially to have this Alcus as support. This is something that was forced by the fact that, you know, in one side lane, you'd be against a Timbersaw, in the other side lane, you'd be against a Razor, right? And these are two matchups that the Alcus and core would get completely destroyed in.
Yeah.
So you have to change its position.
Hang on.
See Mickey. Put the coil out onto the two of them. Thompson's going to end up snapping it. He is able to jump out with the swashbuckle in time, but he's low. Can they really get back in on this? They've lost No-Tail. Liquid's ready to chase Thompson. He might just get burst out by Boxy. One more swashbuckle gets him out to the side. They're going to pop the lasso onto Boxy, but they're not killing this Timbersaw. As Saxa goes down, Liquid continuing to chase forward as Mickey, he's over to Seb, tossed forward by Tiger. As that's going to be Seb going down yet again. It's 22-8. It almost looks like this game's over, Carly, just 15 minutes in.
It feels that way, Owen. And back to the Alchemist. I mean, T-Gov really liked this. You know, the new evolution of Alchemist. But I think it only works if you can win your lanes. If you drop the aggro tri-lane and you get crushed that hard, as Mickey is also in a favorable 1v1 and winning his lane, look at that heat map. Look at where he's finding kills. He's controlling the entire enemy side of the map. He's playing everywhere.
Yeah, he's playing incredibly here.
There's no space. You have 3 heroes that need farm, and then an Alchemist as well, who has still ambitiously got the full Aghanims queued up without having enough gold for more than a single component.
This is a very tough game for OG. They went for something, you know, whether this was something that was the plan all along, or they felt forced to change it. It's a different approach to the game, and an approach that so far isn't showing its merits. Top lane, mid bomb. A very, very easy kill for these heroes, especially now that Tiger's got that Blink Dagger complete.
He has phase shift attack now. Like Puck is so strong. He is level 15.
16 minutes in, and he's got enough for the ultimate orb. After this Blink Witchblade, we'll see in the jungle. Tiger, he's heading in. He's onto Seb. And they are going to be able to Tiger. The concoction down onto Tiger. Thompson coming in with the Thunder over towards Insania. They should at least find the Tiny here. Mickey's going to come in. In fact, they might not even get Tiger. Tiger pops the stick charge with the swashbuckle from Thompson. Thompson will finish the kill, but they've lost Seb. They've lost Saxa. They've lost No-Tail. And they may soon lose Thompson as well, unless Thompson's able to get his way out of it. He's got a swashbuckle, but Mickey's chasing. Blinks in. And this damage, it's far too much. They line it up. The Chakram connects. 4 dead on OG. 27-9. I mean, they're coming into this second round of the tiebreakers. Liquid, they're not holding back at all there.
I mean, OG may have done him a favor with the draft and the aggro tri-lane, but credit to Liquid for coming in.
He's just getting bullied all the way back to base. He can't even make it away.
What?
He was trying to get a bit of farm out by the tier 2 Seb. He's going to be able to get the lasso onto Quakefer. As Quakefer will go down. So, I mean, at this stage, you'll happily give mid-one's life for Quakefer's there. So, an actual good trade there for OG.
Unfortunately, No-Tail got the kill streak gold, but you take the little victories.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't even know. There's no time to analyze anything. They're just killing everyone. It's almost
28
2 kills per minute.
17 minutes in.
Yeah, but credit, like the fortitude to come in, to get rolled by Tundra, to then have to restart the tiebreakers, and to do this to the 2-time TI champs. No Oracle Huskar needed. You know, this is a straight up game of Dota 2.
Yeah, they're showing that did not matter. They didn't need that to do what they're doing here against OG. Just a straight up beat down so far.
Bottom, the summon.
It's Thompson. Look at the Thunder off. Not mid-one and Seb coming across, but Mickey's been brought in. Thompson. He'll TP out with the rest of that Rolling Thunder. Seb. And he's going to stick around. And Liquid will make sure that he's not going to be able to stay around for long.
You can't fight anymore. Oh, and Boxy's just running at mid-one again. Who's going to TP out in his face. There's no hope. Like, if you have Liquid's team running at you, you must run away or teleport immediately. There is no chance of team fighting right now if you're OG. You have to try and get pickoffs and just split the map until your cores are ready to do something.
Mid Thompson. Rolling Thunder still on cooldown. Tiger and Boxy, they're in with the damage.
Okay.
It's out of control. Completely out of control there.
Radiant's bottom
As Liquid, they're just so far ahead right now. And there are very little signs of how on earth OG's ever going to catch up in a game like this.
I mean, maybe this was the plan, right? It took 19 minutes, but this off lane of Luna Alk, you know, very effective at taking ancient stacks together. Unfortunately,
Radiant's middle tower
it's 19 minutes in. Saxa does have the point booster. 2,000 gold. He will have
All right.
Axe.
Okay. So maybe by the end of the game,
Maybe.
someone's going to get an axe.
is under attack.
The Tiger is in with the jump. Avalanche onto the two of them. They're turning. They'll get the ultimate off, but already No-Tail falls. Mid-one, it's not enough damage for Mid-one to even get a kill at this stage with the Eclipse. As Mid-one goes down, Saxa's burst out. Only Thompson left alive here with Seb. As the two of them, they've got to run. So going to get slowed down as Mickey is on course. Heads over with the orb. 4 dead again. I mean, it's just turned into a straight-up reel of OG getting slaughtered over and over again this 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what they do, Owen.
Is under attack.
Look at the net worth. Like,
It's nearly 20k at 20 minutes.
that's an absurd advantage. Mickey is 11-0 and 10. Like, he has a Lincoln's. Like, you don't even have stuns. Now he can avoid an Alk stun or a lasso. Like, No-Tail is dead again. Mickey's not even there. You just don't have damage. Like, mid one has one item. I'm trying to theory craft, like, how do you get back into this?
Yeah, I don't. You know. Just no.
There's just no damage. You're going to have a BKB on Koifa. You don't do any real right click yet. He's just going to BKB and chain the Luna, and that's that.
Radiant's top tower
Mid one's level
is under
20?
attack.
Or Mickey, not mid one. That would be exciting.
Mid one. I was like, my goodness, he made a bit of a comeback.
Tower has fallen.
Level 20. Indeed, yeah. Level 20 Mickey. He's gonna be able to buy a straight up Desolator. As he's in, Saxa goes down. Tiger tosses Seb over into the Avalanche. They're on top of mid one with the Link. As mid one's out, Thompson trying to chase it with a Thunder, but the BKB out of Koifa. He's just standing his ground and taking out Thompson through it. Thompson's got to run, but the Link catches him. Thompson's dead. So is No Tail yet again.
That's like, guys, I have BKB soon. I have BKB. We can fight.
I mean, the game is at a point now that if Saxon does get the Ags and gives it to someone, that hero is still going to have less net worth than all three of Liquid's cores. They're that far ahead. I think Saxon's secretly been smuggling Ags to Liquid's cores when you look at the net worth.
Oh, man, this is a slaughter.
25k. Well, yeah. I'll tell you what, at least this is we're getting a game like this at the start of a round of a tiebreakers. I feel like it'd be a bit let down if it was the last one. At least we know there's more Dota to be had after this. As this wasn't really Dota at all.
I haven't seen a slaughter this bad since Sir Action Slacks tried out his all boots Venomancer build.
No Tail's dead. Mid one's dead. Insert hero here dead.
They're in the yeah.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Liquid, they're hungry, and I don't know what OG was doing here. This was, I mean, what does sort of OG blame here? Is it the draft? Was it the lanes? You know, why did this go so terribly? I mean, Liquid just they completely destroyed them.
Genius and madness sometimes run too close to tell the difference at times. And OG, you know, credit their creativity. They've had a hell of a lot of incredible strategies over the years, but I don't know if this one is it. Icarus, you know, a little too close to the sun. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Let's
let's move on. There's more Dota. You know, don't worry. If you still starve for Dota after that, you know, there is going to be more Dota. This is the start of this round of tiebreakers. Yeah, OG coming in with something a little different, and it just doesn't work at all. Liquid, they had it easy. Mickey smashes mid lane. Top lane, Koikfa had about 7 kills that he was involved in at 8 minutes in. Bottom lane, yeah, Sep did okay, but we saw, you know, Boxy got a solo kill against him to sort of start off the action, and then it was pretty much up and up from there for Boxy.
I mean, every lane went worse than it could for OG to have a shot. If you lose the aggro tri lane that bad, and then like Bat isn't not only isn't like crushing Timber, but is actually losing the lane, and like you're losing all 3 lanes. You're losing all 3 lanes. It's just that simple. And Liquid, you know, again, credit. They lost to Tundra. They take a little time, come back, and smash OG. Like, that is sick. Now they get to relax once again. OG versus Tundra.
Yeah, here we go again.
Back? I don't know, but here we go again.
I mean, yeah, OG, they started off with a loss in the last round of the tiebreakers. Then they were able to come back with a win. So we'll see if it happens here, see if OG can pick themselves up. But as for this first game, this first best of 1 of this second round of tiebreakers, Liquid end up smashing OG.
at the start of the game, for right after the draft, about OG sometimes getting a little too creative for their own good.
Yeah, like, so I just love watching this game for, it's such a beatdown from Liquid. It's so good. But anyway, OG, their creativity, like I said, it makes or breaks them. And I think this is where Liquid, they just looked at this and went, sure, we don't really care what you're doing here. We're just going to absolutely throw it down to you. This tri-lane top, that alone just picked apart OG. Like, you have this Ench, Luna plus aggro tri-lane into this big magic nuke of Tiny, Coddle, Razor. That lane doesn't go well. Bat Timber, because of the changes to the Bat Napalm, doesn't go as well for Bat, so Timber goes pretty even getting a kill due to a really good play from Boxy. Then Puck, Pango mid. Like, literally all lanes go the way of Liquid, and then not only do they win the lanes, they force it so hard down the throats of OG, they're regretting flexing this out to position 4 because he didn't even play an Aghanim. They were all basically 5 supports trying to push out lanes, hoping for Liquid to do something. It was so fun to see.
I don't know if it took that long for them to regret Alchemist 4. I think like at minute 2 or 3, Saksa like looked to his left, looked to his right, he's like, I don't know, folks.
Cal, you were very, I think at the end of the game, when Owen asked you a couple questions about what happened, actually here first, we see it again.
Here it is. So, okay, the key thing here is OG's tri-lane of Ench, Luna, out in some scenarios can work really well, simply because of this kind of magic burst and the control that you have in the Coddle Tiny Razor. Like, this is actually such an Imber tri-lane in theory, like Luna is meant to be the king of tri-lanes, but it's a physical damage somewhat nuker, and you can't really play into Liquid's lineup really. So I feel like OG, if they just laned Ench, Luna bottom into the Timber, had a casual Alk Bat top, just played out a normal game of Dota, this game would have easily lasted another 20-30 minutes. It wouldn't have been a 25k lead or whatever to Liquid. It just wouldn't have been that bad. But because they opted to go for the Bat beats Timber, they lost themselves the game. Bat doesn't really beat Timber, and then OG, they just kind of feed in the tri-lane. So unfortunately, even though this is a very quick game, it's off of the base of just laning setups, the critical need to have the correct entry to the game.
Yeah.
And I was saying, Cal, you were a little bit speechless. I know that OG has a very vocal fan base, especially in the games that will decide if they will go to the major or not. Is that why you chose to be silent rather than commenting on that game?
Please tell us.
No comment.
Yeah.
Like, guys, I didn't win 2 TIs. OG. All right. Keep that in mind.
Oh, something for PC.
Yeah, I was just so I think T's onto it where I just didn't get it. I guess that whole draft I think makes sense a year ago, because Ench would be able to have permanent creeps, Batrider would be crushing Timbersaw, and suddenly everything makes sense. But I like in my head, Ench aggro tri-lane is still really good because you'll always have that creep, right? But that's not the case at level 1 enchant. So it's actually just kind of worthless once the creep dissipates, and they blocked their own hard camp. OG ward blocked the offensive hard camp and then stayed top. Like, they had an idea and it didn't work. It's just that simple.
And sometimes that happens in Dota, right? It's just very unfortunate for them to come out again against Liquid. And again, now they have to... Because for them, losing a game in this tiebreaker, it just means that either you're not going to the major or you got to try again in the next round. Which, if we're following the script, we're going to be here forever.
This is... Go on, Carl.
The thing is, it's just the DPC points too. Like, if you finish... 5th, 6th, like, you walk away with either 50 or 0 points with 1 season remaining. That is not a spot you want to be in Europe.
No.
Like, you think Secret's going to slow down? They're going to take the lion's share if they can. And realistically, if you don't go to this major and get points from like this bottom position, like, you're playing in qualifiers. We've seen how stacked this EU region is. Do you really want to be playing qualifiers here? With it, let's pretend only Secret is invited, right? Yeah. Wow, 1 spot. All these teams, like, it could happen.
Yeah. I think from the teams that we see so far, like, well, obviously these 3 teams, I think Tundra already has impressed me with the 2 games they've played. They almost were able to take their first game against OG. Then they were able to take the game off of Liquid. Sure, Liquid has a little bit of a wonky draft, but Tundra played a very solid game of Dota 2. And we are about to head into the next game, which is OG versus Tundra again. And I'm thinking Tundra has actually a really good shot, especially after that game just now, where maybe OG is also mentally a little bit through, perhaps.
I don't.
Or actually, OG is normally really good at the mental game, though.
The only thing that we can take from that read is during the game, I did comment to you, Shira, like Seb does look a little bit more kind of deflated compared to previous times. Maybe it's just his focus, but like we're not really seeing that kind of aura of like we're going to find that way to win. Okay, again, of course, it's visual, we're not really hearing it, but it does look like a kind of a sadder environment. Even after they won the game, it was like, oh, okay, cool, we won. Because of course, winning that series after losing the first, it means nothing in the grand scheme of it because you're not going to the major still, you're relying on everyone else. So
yes,
yeah, coming into the series once again, OG, they're playing for the teams to then mess up later down the road. They're playing for that 50 DPC points or another round on the tiebreaker, and that's not what you want in this scenario. It is so speaky. Of course we want. I will say back onto your Tundra point though. I think Tundra, the reason why they look the nicest out of all the teams, their drafts aren't too kind of left field. They're not relying on kind of a creative pick here, you know, the Visage or the Alk suddenly in the fort. They just have good stable draft, or the Huskar, exactly. They have good stable drafts and they just play it out. They just do whatever. They don't care about the pick, the side, anything. Just make sure they have good heroes compared to OG and Liquid, but they kind of lean a little bit more on kind of the gotcha, haha, we've prepped differently or something. So that's kind of the key difference in the teams.
With that in mind, I think that you maybe address Skeeter's hero pool, especially the Wraith King Ursa, because he just hasn't really had to play anything else.
Yeah.
In addition, I think consider banning CM in the second phase because that sort of activates the Tundra course. And if you're OG, like, I don't know, today they've only played like fancy drafts, Wisp Weaver or Alchemist first pick. Like this team, I feel, is better than this, right? That they have to be. Why can't they just play standard as well?
The entire season.
What's wrong with the jug? You know, it's a little CM jug action.
Yeah, but the entire season has been built around what we've just mentioned. You know, it's like Morphling's banned, Whisper's banned, and then it's like they go for an alcohol. Like they had the other drafts which are kind of weaker, so they need to rely on just.
It's not weaker.
Well, they haven't been that good on it.
One of the problems that OG might have had, like this season, they seem to be searching for their style on this patch, and they haven't really found it yet. And then they think they found it with the Alk and with the IO Weaver, because obviously that is really strong. And then they try to tinker with it a little bit to make it, I don't know, more surprising, more anything it's too much. Like you got to stick with one thing, I think.
I just like look at the VP drafting archetype that we saw all season long, right? First pick Lion, pick Tide or Timbersaw or a Mars, right? Save your 2 cores for last pick. I think that OG could rock that kind of style. I'd love to see something like that where it's simple Dota 2. You 2-1-2, you say we're some of the best players in the world, come try and outskill us. And that's what I hope I see here against Tundra.
It's true, but they are also used to being the one that develops the meta, that makes the meta, rather than following someone else's meta. And I think that's maybe where they're a little bit stuck in it. But it doesn't matter. We're going to see what they got in store for Tundra in the second game that they're playing here in the second round of tiebreakers. We are heading to OG versus Tundra after the break. We need OG to win the next game. We have OG versus Tundra. It's our second game of the second series of tiebreakers. And previously, OG did beat Tundra. However, Tundra was able to fight back hard, and it was actually a very close game with almost 2 kills per minute. So I'm very excited to see what is going to happen in the second time round that these two teams face each other. Here we're Tigov and Kyle, and we're in the draft. Last time we had Tundra picking Dire, which is very unusual. Worked out for them, I think, that time round, or maybe that was versus the Liquid game, not sure. But this time they did choose Radiant after OG chose second pick, wanting to go for that last pick for probably Thompson.
Yeah, so against OG, they did have Radiant, and then going into Liquid Series, they had Dire. So this might actually just be a side choice based on their opponents. They just favor kind of the ideas that their opponents bring based on the side that they have. And again, like I said in the pre-show, was Tundra, their drafts are always a lot more stable than the other two teams in this three-way tiebreak. Like, we're not going to be too surprised by the heroes that they're picking. I think if OG doesn't ban out the Earth Spirit, for example, we probably will see Tundra play, guess what? Earth Spirit again. Like, it's just the go-to. Oh, it's banned out.
Choice. This is a key ban. It's been just thrashing them. And oh no!
Oh no!
They did it to him.
No. Okay. Calm. The last time Tundra did this,
they did it well, right?
No, they didn't. They did it horrendously. They showed how not to play Alchemist. They did double.
Wait, I thought OG just showed us how to
I
not play
remember.
No. So basically, it was like Nigma went for it, then Tundra went for it, and then OG was like, "Hold up, boys, this is how you do it." And they've tried to steal the show.
But hold my beer, No Tail. We're going in.
We got this. But yeah, so basically, last time 33 played it, he went for like brown boots, a bottle, into like double ags, never completed any other items. But since then, the build has changed up. It is, of course, brown boots, bottle, urn into them,
Also,
one ags into blink medallion.
When Tundra played it, they gave their first ags to the Void Spirit.
We've got a bounty. What the hell's happening?
We're in.
Welcome to the tiebreakers, boys.
All right, hang on. Look, they've gone back to the papers. No Tail, dusted off the notebook. The one from 2019 wasn't working. We're gonna go all the way back to like Fnatic 2014. All right.
Did they
it was
lose
still
the
there.
page that had the heroes with the A on it, and they just went to B? Is like, hey, let's try Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, pretty much.
What is Bounty Hunter first place?
Okay.
Look. You want to farm the jungle with Alchemist. You want to get the Ags up. Bounty is ideal to find him, and I think also in the laning phase, Bounty very high armor. I think if it's a carry, you just smack the Alch in the face, and win the lane.
Because so there is a kind of a new age of some carry players. I think Nightfall from VP. Is that that's Nightfall now, the carry player. And I think maybe an SEA, but still they've had this carry bounty hunter become a thing where you go super aggressive in their face. That is a potential option. But I'm thinking maybe it's OG's way of trying to mitigate the kind of the economy game that Alch does bring. When you take these skirmishing fights and you want to really abuse that first ags, you need a way to go, okay, if we win the fight, we get ourselves back into the game. So I like how OG has kind of understood the strength of Alch and kind of, they got a nice answer to it, and just outside of the hero-to-hero matchup. It's just
if there's going to be 90 kills again in this game, just like in previous, then definitely put me on the Bounty Hunter team. That's going to be tons of gold.
Yeah, I love this pick personally. I actually like this opener. Doesn't this opener make you feel better than the Ench Alchemist from the previous game?
That's true.
Carl, okay, you tell me, does this feel better drafting, one game new team, because if this was a best of 3, would they instantly have like a bounty hunter strat in preparation? Or do you think this is a true kind of understanding of development over the day?
I think this is probably what they've had planned. I don't think they've had to go up against first pick Alch, but conceptually, this really does make a lot of sense. In the laning phase, you have advantage, and throughout the game, you play the style that beats Alchemist. Yeah. And you go Monkey second, you don't have to waste a ban on it. This is arguably Thompson's best hero. Seb can play it off lane. You could even play it safe lane still. The bounty's now Seb's hero. The bounty could be mid for all we know.
The key thing here is, if OG wins, it's because of the bounty. If they lose, it's because of the bounty. Just trying to lay out the foundation for the spam at the end of the game,
They could win off of the back of someone else other than bounty.
That's true, but we need a scapegoat. Shiva, you know how this works. There's always a scapegoat, and we're just trying to understand who it is.
Well, in that case, T, you should just like if you're gonna follow that and the community train of thought, you should probably put all your eggs in the mid one basket. It's okay,
I didn't want to say name Shiva, but okay, thank you.
well, I'm just saying that I feel like they're unfairly
That is
harsh
true. No,
to
they
mid
are.
one for sure.
Yeah, yeah, of course they are.
But every team has got like one player that the community will blame every time something goes wrong. But
Relentless.
actually, generally, they won't credit that player when things go right either. So it's like lose for mid one in this case.
Yeah, pretty much. So OG's banned Slark and Viper. Of course, Viper into Monkey King, you always wanted to get rid of that matchup. But the Slark ban is interesting because we have seen before the Slark plus Alk combination, how strong it is. I believe Na'Vi run that, had a really good 20-minute timing, and then it fell off a cliff and just lost the game. But the idea of it's still pretty good. It does give an indicator that I feel like this Bounty Hunter is, of course, a core. One of the few carries that can instantly get rid of track on a short cooldown. So yeah, for sure, I think this is an indicator of the core value of the Bounty Hunter.
Core value, Bounty Hunter core. I love it. I want to see it. I kind of hope it's going to be a Saxa Bounty Hunter though. I think that's just a little bit more normal. It's like Bounty Hunter is going to do the same thing no matter what amount of gold he has, right? Like the only thing you want him to give is left.
He's a real carry. Like
if he gets to like phase drum like BKB
sure, but then he needs to have a really good
monster.
offlane. Then they need to set him up really for success.
That's true.
And I think that's just not always the offlaner's place to be. Is he an aura carrier? Can he be the aura carrier for the squad?
Yeah, if necessary.
Okay.
That's part of why I love this hero, because it can be played in such a multitude of ways. I'm not sure if it's really A tier at more than one of them, but you can make arguments that it can effectively be played in either side lane or as 4. I mean, Kuro in the past used to play it as 5, but the hero's been changed significantly since then.
And because of that, this is where OG most likely has to pick a 5 to keep kind of the mystery behind their untraditional opening. Sure, okay, they go for a Willow. A hero that actually flexes from 4 to 5. Bounty then allows to be flexed to 4, 5 to core. So, okay, OG keeping their cards pretty close to their chest right now.
Yep.
The thing is, Bounty also, not to like keep stressing the hero, but we saw it a lot in the past because it really does change like the economics of the game. Again, yep, that'll be the fodder.
It's so easy to draft, right? Yeah. Like when you get this casual CM, like you just don't really care. I think the downside will be simply if you get ran at, you probably don't feel too good, but...
Okay. So that's a Thompson Invoker, and the Monkey likely to be anywhere. I mean, it could be No Tails hero for all we know.
It could be off.
But I'm a fan of this from OG just because the team fight is nuts. Neither one of these supports has really got any reach whatsoever. You're not going to have BKB up on any of these 3 heroes for quite some time, so I'm down.
It's also another thing where you have to think about how ALK drafts are played. They're very kind of inwards, where they don't like look to pressure towers and the enemy's jungle. So that allows for greedier heroes to come into play. And that's where like an Invoker, he does terribly when there's kind of mid-tower pressure. But with these 4 heroes now picked up, no one's going to actively try and group up and play Dota.
Yeah. And it's Invoker Bounty, right? What's the downside of Quaswex Invoker is that sometimes you fall off. But all of a sudden with this track gold, if it starts ticking up, you feel very good. There's a natural Vessel Buyer on the Bounty. You have Willow, like the AoE control to set up for Wukongs is there. It's a tough game for Troll.
Yeah, but then also it is still a very good game for Troll once he gets to like BKB and he's in the 1v1 matchup of the Monkey King. Like he does better than Monkey in the fight. And that's where Tundra, if they play defensively, they react to certain tower sieges and they play within their kind of own vision, their towers, then they'll be fine. I think if they break into kind of these jungle fights into OG and just not kind of utilize farm, that's when they kind of fall victim to losing to track kills, the Willow, the Invoker, the nuisance they bring to the early fights. And yeah, Tundra for sure, they're playing a very defensive game of Dota this time. They're going to want to play for 30, 40 minutes to get this win. Whilst OG, they're going to look to kind of break down the game very quickly.
Are we happy enough with the Troll Ags being the fast Ags carrier?
Exactly what I was going to say, Sheaves. I'm not. I think your last pick has to be something that really utilizes the first item Ags. I think Void Spirit would have been a nice idea, but...
It could be kind of nice against the nuisance spells that OG has.
We saw
potentially.
We already saw somebody try to do this. It's not about whether or not it's good on Troll. It's that it doesn't give you a decisive enough advantage to go win a game.
You want to, you want to hit that timing that gets you the, if not the game, it gets you the massive map advantage that you need in order to close out a game.
I guess my fear is Tundra has never presented that style of AUK play yet. All the other teams have obviously utilized AUK to a more aggressive degree. And with the heroes that they're picking, it does look like Tundra is kind of happier to give up space on the map to then have a massive timing. Like we will get Roshan with our timing rather than we'll get one good fight. I hope, like you guys said, that they do pick up a hero that can maybe get the AUGs first, out goes for normal items, and Troll is just ignored in the AUGs game. But if they want to play for a big timing as well, it could also be you give the Troll the AUGs, he now doesn't care about the track, the routes, and all the kind of smaller stuff in OG's lineup, and they have a big mid to unlock the towers potentially. But for sure, Tundra have gone.
No, is there still a big mid in the pool that 9 plays that has a great AUGs? I mean, we saw him with the Mars previous game. Like, and Mars AUGs was amazing. Obviously, that was against Visage, and I know that that's pretty unique, but maybe Mars AUGs early on is pretty good here too?
Too early, it's not too great. You really need like the Deso for it to come online. It's based on your your right click.
It was also because there were so many units that he was in play with.
Pango is still available. They go for Ricky.
Okay.
That's
the Skeeter, the Skeeter Riki?
The Skeeter
No,
Riki.
the 9 Riki. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same situation.
OG did this
Riki into Invoker.
OG is the one that did this against Secret, and they actually won with it.
Yeah.
It is almost the
Thompson's
exact
giggling.
same.
He's like, "Oh, you're gonna do what I did?"
Yeah.
That's why he did a giggle. Damn. All right.
That's nice. What did
adopted the strategy.
Oh, Seb's
did
like,
Thompson
oh no.
actually play against Nisha's Invoker
no.
that game?
What do we do, Kyle? Sorry.
When Thompson played Ricky against Secret that second game, was he actually playing against the Nisha Invoker that game as well?
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I like that. That's a Seb Doom, by the way.
Okay. Is it just
Do we like that?
5 bounty? I can just look.
Yeah, it is. And a carry mid. Okay, so it's a bounty monkey safe lane against the Lion AUK.
Interesting.
The mid matchup's the one we got a key on. I mean,
for sure.
AUGs on 9 is game changing. We saw like the OG beat Secret with this hero against against the Invoker.
Okay, so it's all down to does Thompson know how to beat the Ricky Invoker matchup after playing it himself?
Of course.
Oh, yeah, I think you would. If you have played it yourself, surely you know the ins and outs then.
You'd hope so, but the thing is, like, the matchup might be so kind of favored to Ricky in the fact that you can't pressure him, you don't really have to right-click damage to secure creeps. That doesn't matter if you're the world's best player against some random dude. You're gonna be able to kind of have issues in that lane. So for sure, mid matchup's key. OG, they have a really nice timing of play behind this Doom running into the map. A lot of team fight, a lot of skirmishing. Tundra, they scale beautifully. Again, this is gonna be such a close game. Can they utilize it out to how good it is meant to be?
I mean, I love it. I love that it's going to be a close game. I see Kyle's face and he's like,
it's a wild day.
This
is beautiful.
I love it. Well, I think I'm just gonna leave you, Kyle, alone with OD Pixel. There's a lot to talk about here, and I think it's gonna be, regardless, it's gonna be a great game to watch. So enjoy, and have at it.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. OG versus Tundra. Oh. Hey, there we go. No, the stream had me. Carl didn't hear me. Carl, so this is OG versus Tundra. Please tell me, this game, do you expect we're going to see something stronger from OG from what we saw last time? Will this be a closer game?
I think so. I think it's got to be. Yeah. I just like the fact that they're kind of forced into this position to play with tempo. Like that's what's been missing. That last game, OG, they couldn't make any plays whatsoever. Now you're just gonna have No Tail running in circles, the Dire jungle, hunting couriers, Thompson Invoker. If you're gonna go out, it should be with Thompson on Invoker. Like that just means you got beat. But he will have a challenge. He showed 9 the way against Secret last week. Let's see if he knows the inverse of that matchup.
No, let's see indeed. As this is going to be hopefully a fun one. Well, we're seeing some good stuff come out. And so, do you like this? So the fact that they end with the Ricky, they have done it obviously in a game where there is a bounty hunter. Does Ricky not care about that too much? You don't care about being tracked.
I think you're gonna care for sure, but I think you needed to get something that was a game-winning Aghanims.
Okay.
And Riki's in that category, and it's arguably the best matchup against Invoker that has that good axe.
Well, let's see what Tundra can do. As OG, they need this win. See if they're going to be able to get it. And we'll see what sort of lane setups we get this time round. As sort of overall as well, did you like that Tundra sort of took the Alchemist away from OG and opened it themselves, and 33 is going to be playing it?
We'll see. I want to say yes, but so far, while the Alchemist in theory just has seemed kind of broken, I've not been a fan of it. It just feels very all in, and then the Alch has a bad game, and the game's 4-on-5. So certainly better as a 3 than a 4, but we'll see what happens. Seb did that cute little maneuver there. He's going to get a really early Devour bonus gold. It's quite nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, gets them the spell on cooldown, and of course scouts the lanes out. As already 33, before he could even get to the lane, taking quite a heavy hit here from No-Tail and Saxa. As can they get the kill? They're diving the tower for it. Boundless Strike, not enough, but they'll find this as they move in under the tower. OG with a brilliant way to set the lanes up. They get first blood, they get good information, they get the matchups they want.
And I don't think they know that Monkey King TP'd, so they might look to change the lanes. Nope. This is great for OG. They got exactly what they wanted, the Monkey against the Alchemist. This is why they held the lanes. And yeah, it's a tri lane up top, but Seb is expecting this. He's gonna have a tough time, but he'll just spam Devour off cooldown once it's level 3. He should have some nice sustain, and he can push out waves with Scorched Earth.
Yeah, we'll see. See how much Seb does get from this lane. I mean, already Bramble out onto the 2 of them. So they head in. They've got level 2 on Seb now. Play a bit more aggressive into the faces of these two. But Skeeter getting complete space to last it hit without Seb contesting him too much. And now actually Skeeter and Biva setting up onto him. Seb's actually going to end up going down. Fodder might fall, but they get Seb, they get his courier. Now, and Skeeter the one to get the kill as well. So the farm will continue for Skeeter, including some heroes on top of it.
No-Tail's gonna be, he's just gonna spam Janata whenever he can. Still a little bit of gold. I'm surprised to see once again an aggro tri-lane in this European region, but with dual range support like this, it's typically more powerful.
Especially with the Troll, right? Troll's a great fighter in lane.
And Doom, not quite the same, but there's the Scorched Earth. And are they killing No-Tail here?
Oh, it's going to be close. He's able to get away. But yeah, we're really seeing the potential of these 3 heroes. You've got to be so careful in this top lane as OG. Whoever gets gone upon, you know, at the least, you're going to get very low in HP. You're going to take a lot of damage from these 3 running you down.
But check out the bottom lane, though. This is where mid one feels comfortable. And we can't get there yet. Top lane, just constant brawling. But, you know, mid one is currently at 9 denies with 3 waves under tower. The CS is a little misleading. He's dominating this lane. And this is where mid one has looked his best, when he is just super over-leveled, over-farmed, and he can just take over a game.
No, absolutely, yeah. Mid one getting the dream start. He's definitely going to be the one to have the lane that's going to have that power. Top lane, OG are able to hit back and take down Biva. Saxa to avoid getting taken out, and now with the level 2 having the Shadow Realm, it's going to be a little harder of a target for these 3.
And I'm watching mid. I mean, it's definitely going a little bit better for the Riki, but not as well as it did for Thompson when he was playing it. And a bit of a CS or hill advantage rather for Thompson. He has some extra creeps to last hit as well. Very close lane.
Yeah, not like, Nine's been able to find a lot of denies, so Thompson going to have no struggle with the levels gained here in the mid lane. This bottom, mid one, we'll see what he does with this, you know, great setup of a lane in terms of items. Phase boots into, you know, we'll see if he wants to sort of go the Thompson route like the Witchblade, or if we're going to see, you know, something, you know, like the Maelstrom, and for him to try and get something that's going to allow him to scale in farm. He's 9. He's trying to make it to the haste rune, but Saxa and Thompson, they're going to lead in on him with a cold snap. He's going to jump over, but Thompson's already grabbed the haste rune, and with that, he can turn and get the kill with the help of Saxa.
This is already looking so much better for OG. The lanes are not total disasters. In fact, Thompson, and looks like he's going to grab another. Easy peasy.
Dives in past the tower, sets up for a second kill here. Saxon being the one to pick them up, but
Yeah.
already, I mean, they're dealing with this Ricky mid very well. Thompson's going to have a great lead.
This actually already feels like it's out of control. Like, oh my god, no tail. There's the bounty versus Alk. Solo kills him. Top lane, Seb found an Ice Ogre, so he's just walking into the lane with 8 regen and +5 armor with the slow additional. Mid lane is a disaster. Thompson already has those 2 kills. Like, this is great for OG.
We'll see what moves Tundra will make. As that top lane is pretty much a no-go now with the amount of armor. I'll see them try.
Wait, man,
Radiant's courier has
3-3 is going to the jungle.
I think he kind of has to. You can't lane against this Monkey King anymore. You know, mid one, he's got the phase boots. As soon as the phase boots are out, I mean, already before that it was hard, but once the phase boots are done, you have no place in this bottom lane in that matchup. Of course, in the jungle, no tail. He's going to be able to keep tabs on him and take creeps and just cause a huge amount of issues for 33, as he's just going to be able to run him down and just never give him that piece that he needs to catch up. Top lane,
top lane, what?
Skeeter. But the Shadow Realm hit. The salve will save him. So he won't give up his life, but now he's going to have to stick around for They do have another salve available from Fada. So they'll be able to keep Skeeter safe, but that was close. He sort of stutter stepped and turned back in a little bit. Back over towards the mid lane. 9. Cold snap from Thompson. 9 is going to try and jump and escape. No tail was in position up on the high ground, but Biver able to lock down No tail, make sure he doesn't get that last touch onto 9. So 9 will live, but 9 having to walk back to base. He's not quite 6, and Thompson, he's about to hit 7. So a full level difference now between these mids.
And bottom, again, it's a 2-level difference there as well. And they're hunting now.
See them going for 33, ready to dive in. They're going to have that extra punch here from No tail. TPs are heading over. But with the boundless strike, 33 doesn't stand a chance. 9 comes down to this bottom lane.
And Midson's like, okay, you want some?
Yeah. I mean, this Monkey King is pretty huge here. 6 minutes in. Mid one taking a lot of tower hits. He's trying to get in on this. We'll see Thompson, again, just diving past the tower. It's not a safe place for the supports to be if they show mid. Thompson just being able to move in and combo them down.
under attack.
Where was this OG last game? Like, how does this work? Liquid, crush OG. OG come and look like
we're going to be stuck here forever,
Tundra.
Kyle. The never-ending loop between these 3 teams.
Like, we were memeing about it at the start, but this is just nuts.
Yeah, OG are looking just phenomenal here with the start so far in this game.
Okay, and it's a different style. 3-3, he's queued up a Necro book. So it will not be the Ags as we might have expected.
Okay. I mean, it's one of those farming items, right? As the Alchemist, you're going to get the item at a faster timing. And that's going to give you a lot of potential. Dust down to No tail. They'll find him sneaking around the jungle. So Fiverr and Fada. And we'll turn to kill him off. He does try for a neutral deny, but not quite able to get the hit on them.
Yeah, and you see this ward sentry combo that they place. It's a really nice adaptation. You don't see it very often because there's just not much to bounty play, but you always want this vision and then a sentry on a choke point so that you can actually see the bounty trying to play into your jungle. Thompson, by the way, is killing the mid tower by himself at 8 minutes into the game.
Yeah, he is. I mean, him and mid one have had flawless starts this game. You don't get a better start on this mid invoker. You don't get a better start on this solo lane Monkey King. You know, these two, they're ready to secure this win.
Oh yeah, and this is a different game for Skeeter. In that first game against OG, he was able to get like perseverance, just like ground dukes. But now he's got phase. He's only level 5, and Seb has just kicked him out of the lane because he's afraid of that level 6 timing, where all of a sudden you're doomed in the face and ran at. And you know, this draft so far, this Doom, this bounty, this has really worked out for OG. 3K gold lead, 9 minutes in. They don't even have track online yet. No tail courier.
Easy. He might die for this. Biver and Fada, they're on the chase. Actually, Thompson sweeping over. There's going to be backup here for Notel. Thompson's ready to help him out. As soon as the tornado comes in, they've got to get away. See what they could get 33 or 9 hit. So they won't. Skeeter TPing over, trying to see if they can find an opportunity to take down Mid One. They're jumping in on him. Can they actually catch him? I don't think they can. Brambles out. Mid One turns. The Boundless and Tundra, they can't chase this Monkey King anymore. Mid One's going to be fine. Into the trees. And that's the full
5 heroes.
5 heroes just running at the action down bottom. They will at least get no tail. So a kill's a kill, but not necessarily the sort of kill that they were hoping for when they bring that many resources over towards the bottom lane.
Yeah, I mean, 5 heroes. They're gonna get 1 kill out of it, and a nice play by Seb. He's gonna get 1 bounty, might get both up top. And it's like a reverse. It's like the first game, but now it's Tundra. You know, musical chairs. They take the place of OG this game, where I'm like they're just kind of lost. Like, how do you make moves right now?
On Thompson. Looking for the chance for a kill. There's a sentry down though from Tundra.
Yeah, they're defending the world. They're nice job by OG. They want to control this vision. Oh no, another courier casualty. I think that's 3.
Pretty much is in the last minute. Top lane, dust out, doom down, immediately onto 9. There's no tail and Seb. They'll look to run down the Ricky. There's no help coming in. I mean, they know that there's no saving 9 here in this situation. As OG keeping it clean, getting these kills down bottom. Skeeter and Fada trying to find something in return, but they just can't get anything at the moment.
I say, I don't blame the players, but Troll has not looked good today. It just feels like if you don't have that lane you can bully, you end up just hitting creeps one at a time until you're finally online. And OG gonna do their best to make sure that doesn't happen.
Very cool of you.
Pause just to let them stew in it a little bit. 4K, 11 minutes in. You look around at the items. Thompson already with the urn. Solar Crest next. Just gonna buff up his Monkey King, who's about to finish Maelstrom. And we look around the map. Lion, not quite 6. Norfata. Looks like the initiation doomed to be played by Seb. He's going for the blink. Already has the war stomp. I think that's a pretty nice choice here. As long as they get a good tornado with the Willow, with the Doom follow-up, their team fight's nigh unstoppable until Tundra have a couple BKBs.
Oh, this is tough for Tundra indeed. They just kind of need more time, you know, for the Alk to be able to offer his impact when it comes to building up items eventually, which I imagine is still going to be the case. I mean, with this Necro book build, is 33 going to farm up the level 3, or does he just get the level 1 and use that to help him work towards his next item?
I don't know, honestly. I've not seen this before. You know, I've joked about how I think every offlaner can buy Necro, but yeah, they figure if you first pick the Alchemist, that's not the one to do it, right? Like, it's a cool concept. You know, you provide a lot of damage and minus armor. It boosts the damage of your Necro books, but it's just not, you know, you last picked a Riki. So if you last pick Riki, that means that they really like that against the Invoker as a matchup and a counter pick, even without the Ags. Or perhaps it's an adaptation because they recognize they're behind in the game, so they need to stabilize first, which is probably the case. You know, 3-3, he is top net worth. Consider on his team, that is, not on his team. He got crushed in lane. So this will, in theory, allow him to, you know, farm Ancients, maybe recover a bit quicker. And you realize that we won't have an opportunity to actually win a fight until like 20 minutes. That's when I'll get the Ags for my
Sure. Yeah, I mean, so we actually see the intention of him with what he's queued up. So he's queued up the level 3 Necro book, then the drums, and the Blink Dagger. So no signs of an early Aghanims at all this game in his plans here for what he wants to achieve on the Alchemist.
Oh, what's that up in the sky?
It's a courier.
What? No, it's not.
Is it? What do you mean? What is it? Of course it's a courier. It's a donkey.
That's so high. Wait, how the hell does Bounty Hunter hit that from the ground?
No, well, I don't think that's a courier. I think that's probably a courier either respawning or a courier that's dying and it's on its way to courier heaven.
Oh.
You know what I mean? You know, when it dies, it goes up into the air, doesn't it? Or it's either the point where Valve just sort of parks the model when it's not in use.
I guess I think that's right? Wait, isn't that courier dead?
Well, that's what I just said.
Yeah, but it's like it.
What do you mean?
Is that its ghost then?
No, it's on its way. This is courier purgatory. It's going to find out where it's going to go. It doesn't know yet. It's going to be stuck here for eternity, having to watch this game of Dota 2 forever, just like us, with these infinite tiebreakers, you know, as we love it. We are all the courier in this blessed moment. So here we go, No-Tail. They've got to catch on him. And they should. Have they got the kill? I mean, No-Tail tries to turn, but yeah, 9 will be able to get in with the last hit and take him down. So a kill to be found for 9. He's, of course, going for the defusal build to make sure that he can fight. Bottom, Topson finding himself more action here with the help of Saxa. Sweeps around, takes down Fada, and now they're ready to look to get aggressive here underneath the tower. Mid one, he's heading straight over towards Skeeter. Skeeter trying to run. Skeeter is going to pop the ult and buy him some time to fight back. But mid one, he's more than ready to stand his ground, especially with the backup of Topson coming in with a deafening blast. As Skeeter goes down, and OG, they'll be able to take down this tier 1 tower. Unlikely we're going to see Tundra try and throw anything else down there to hold them off.
And just to, I mean, when Thompson played this week, he had that upgraded Orb of Venom, Orb of Corruption. He didn't even have that on 9. He's struggling. 1 Blade of Alacrity towards the defusal so far, but it's all OG right now. They're just all over the place on this map. Yeah, No-Tail controlling the couriers and the vision.
And they're not giving any opportunities here for Tundra to catch back up.
I guess I dig this from 3-3. You know, you are playing against a couple Invis heroes, and Necro 3 is arguably like the best use of gold on the patch right now. It's so strong. So he'll be a real threat, you know? It equalizes this game in some fashion, I suppose. Still gonna be tough.
Viva is gonna blow the finger and he'll get the kill with the help of Fada. They're able to burst through Saxa.
This is
out. Try and scout out Skeeter, but Skeeter's got Fada by his side. In fact, Skeeter and Fada are turning. But Seb turns up. Skeeter backs off the bounty.
This is all without mid one though. He's got a Maelstrom. He's just farming away. And OG, you know, without the threat of hard lockdown on Tundra, they don't really feel too threatened. And they're content to just, you know, poke and prod, buy some space.
Yeah, no, this mid one Monkey King is going to be a huge threat this game. There's this quick timing on the Maelstrom. We'll see what he wants to go for next if he does feel that, you know, he needs the BKB, or if he reckons he can go for something even bigger. He's going to get the Ags. I mean, this Ags Maelstrom is going to be done in such good time if Tundra don't do something about him. And then I don't know if you're catching up. Even when Skeeter has the Battle Fury, mid one with the Ags Maelstrom is just going to be able to farm and fight so much stronger than the Troll. It's not going to be an easy game for Tundra.
No, not by any means. It really just feels like the previous game where somehow OG just have farm that feels like their heroes are 5 to 10 minutes later in the game.
Now diving in. They are going to have the TP over from Biver. Topson, he's able to clip the Ricky here with the Tornado. Make sure there's no escape for 9. They turn, they take down Biver as well. Of course, with these being track kills, the money is going to roll in. Top lane, Skeeter. He's able to get in onto Tosser, but a great fear from Saxa. It's holding them back. It's stopping Skeeter from being able to close the gap with the battle chance as the spells fight against one another. And Topson doesn't even go down there. Tundra's best attempts to get in and dive upon the Invoker ends in failure. And Fada, he's also going to get taken out in the river. OG, they really are showing us that, you know, after being beaten down in that first game we had in this round of tiebreakers, that they can do exactly the same to their opponents. 16-5, 7K lead. OG, they're back after a game of many of their fans probably wondering where were they.
Yeah, not just their fans, man. The whole Dota community. Hell of a fear from Saxa there. It's the power of this combination. You know, you want to get this Invoker, doesn't work out, then suddenly you're CC'd, and then of course Invoker still got all of his spells up.
Fine.
Oh.
Won't quite get the catch there this time. He is able to jump away now. Seb with the blink. Yeah, he's going to have the chase.
You've got real catch now, plus the insane counter initiation and combo break team fight that comes out from Willem Invoker. And they're just dominating this map right now.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I once again, I'm trying to find a way for Tundra. Maybe it's out of the smoke. They have the Necro 3. They're going to deward a bit. But they have no defusal. And they don't have Battle Fury on Troll just yet. He's trying to farm it up bottom.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Oh, an Ancient stack.
No, they've been saving this for 3-3 for so long.
And mid one's ready to help clean it a little bit with the Maelstrom. Won't take it super fast, but they'll take it in a manner that's hard for Tundra to interrupt. Do they really want to turn up and fight into this Invoker and Monkey King? I don't know. They might just have to watch this go. I mean, Piver is trying to start something. Does get the stun opening on to Thompson. Actually, with the finger burst, they bring Thompson down low enough and they're able to take him. They are able to make the jump and get the kill. Now let's see if they can chase for more. 33 trying to run them down, but no tail. And mid one, they're out of there. So they will manage to punish OG for taking the majority of those Ancients.
Yeah. Soxa had moved towards bottom. Don't know if he was hunting a solo kill or what, but he was well away from that team fight, as was Seb.
Radiant
Oh, they found no tail.
Oh, they do. They hit him with a scan. They know that there's someone around. All right, a couple of kills here back the way of Tundra.
And the Battle Fury's up now. So, yeah, it's a huge lead for OG. Don't get me wrong. But they finally have these items that equalize the farming speed. So 3-3 is online. The Troll's going to actually start to be economically a threat. And OG, they're going to still need to keep connecting on kills and on rotations. So I'd love to see Seb use a Doom sometime soon. Also, the Blink reveal has got a War Stomp still. They're still definitely ahead. Also, Thompson just bought his own Necro. He's going to go for Necro 3 too. So I suppose just a true counter to the invisibility from the Riki.
Skeeter, they found him, Seb. In with the jump, Doom drop down. Skeeter, no options to play out of here.
Yeah, just farming under reward.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He's mid bomb. He's got the Axe, he's got the Maelstrom, he's got an Illusion Rune. They're ready to take Roche. And with Skeeter down, 4 versus 5, Tundra. They can't really do anything about this one. So OG, they're going to hit this great Roshan timing. It's going to give level 15 to mid bomb. With that Aegis, they're going to be very strong in the upcoming fight. Fada will scout it out, but he cannot really afford to get in on this, as he's going to die for his efforts of standing close. He actually pops the ult immediately, put to an end. As
he was close though. If he gets the last touch on the Roche, that's worth his death.
Ah, that's true. It's true.
Got to give it a try.
Yeah. Thompson.
Once again, though, it's the levels, man. Skeeter is level 10. Mid one is level 15.
Yeah, he's having an insane time. BKB next up for mid one. Once he has that, there's going to be very little things that are going to bother him in these fights. We've seen with the Troll and Skeeter, until he himself has the BKB, of course, he did want to kind of get the S and Y first, and he can't afford to. He has to rush the BKB after this Battle Fury. Otherwise, he stands no chance in the fights, as there's just so much disable and ways to kite him when he's trying to commit on someone with the Battle Trance.
Hey, 9 has his defusal, though. It took 19.5 minutes, but it is online, so he should start to be more of a threat. The trouble is, Thompson has this casual medallion for defensive purposes. I mean, he's 19 armor right now, but the Necro 3. I mean, that is just such an insane tool against the Riki. And they're playing the game exactly as it needs to be done. Liquid did this to them in the first round of tiebreakers, where you just control the enemy tri-brush.
There we go. Mid one, he's going to lay down the ult, make sure that there's no interruptions here from Tundra. And of course, at a point of the game where they don't really need to save the Wukongs to get kills, they're that far ahead. Mid lane, Thompson does get jumped upon, though. The Terrorize comes in clutch, straight back into the boundless strike. Step jumps in, he gets the Doom down onto Skeeter. Deafening blast from Thompson comes out with the Gusto. There's going to be the time for Thompson to get out alive, as Thompson will be saved. Mid one moves in onto Fada, who bought back for this. Tracks her out from No Tail. 33 and Fada having to run. Looking up a concoction, 33 is going to try and turn. Will manage to throw it out to Toxin, but not before Toxin gets off the tornado. Straight down into the brambles. Seb jumps forward as they surround 33. EMP down. 33 just chain stunned in position. As the out will go down, 22-7, 21 minutes in. So 13k lead for OG, and it really is sort of night and day compared to what we saw from them last game. That's top, Skeeter. You might have to pop the ult to just live it. And they're going to be able to stop him from being able to have the chance to press his R. As they get in, they burst through him. As this one's looking to be pretty over. We're getting a few of these one-sided games today, Kyle.
Oh, for sure. I don't know what it has been a long season, but I don't even know what to chalk it up to. It's maybe it's the Alk first pick. Just stop first picking Alchemist. 2 games in a row we see it, and 2 games in a row it gets dumpstered. Perhaps it's the fear of playing against it that leads teams to pick it up early. But if you're not going to utilize the Ags, I just don't know. If Purge was here, he would be very upset.
He would indeed. It's now behind the tower. Balance strike from mid one down onto the 2 of them. They're trying to at least kill Nota. They will manage to get him. Jump forward from Seb with the BKB running down Fada. They get the Curse Crown stun onto Skeeter. Skeeter veered away. He'll be able to put the battle trance, but they've got the tools to kite him as they throw him up with the Yules. Skeeter will live, and they do lose a couple hits. 9 able to pick up some kills on the back lines. They're going to turn towards mid one. See if he can get him as well. Of course, still has the BKB and the Aegis, and does still have Seb by his side. Saxer as well, 33 trying to TP out, but the balance strike's up. Mid-one will quickly put a stop to that as 33 down yet again. 9 hiding in the trees. They won't be aware for now, so 9 will be able to stay out on the map.
Mid-one's such a beast, though. He had backpack dust, swapped it in just in case 9 peeked. In fact, they just saw him.
Oh, he did. 9 shows. He comes out and they immediately make moves over towards him. Jump forward, 9's gone. Another kill for mid-one. As his game continues to be flawless, 5-0-9. They can't touch this man.
Middle tower is under attack.
It's a completely different game style from OG. Like Comfort Hero for Thompson, he can actually hunt. It's similar to that game he played on the Ember Spirit. He can hunt. Mid one is ahead. Seb, maybe not the greatest laning phase, but he survived and he can just kind of fill the gaps the team needs. In this case, it was an initiator. Buys a quick drums, blink stuns galore. And Tundra, I don't really know what you do at this point. Like, Riki with the Battle Fury Ags, sure, you'd be continuing to farm and progress. But Diffusal Rush, well, if you can't actually try to kill anybody, this hero just feels quite underwhelming. You don't farm. He's at 7k now with no tail is catching him.
Mid. They get the jump onto Skeeter, trying to push the waves out. Mid one of Saxer instead. They get in upon him. He has to put the battle trance, but he's being held in position by the Brambles into the tornado. Skeeter, he'll go down again. 27-9. I'm pretty sure we had that exact score at some point in that last game between Liquid and OG. It's, I mean, we've had a lot of Dota today, so it's just been a crazy day of Dota. And we're getting games like this. Can they turn it around, though, Tundra? They are able to find mid one.
Okay.
And now that they've got to get as much out of this as they can. They're a little hesitant to jump out any further.
I thought he had Aegis the way he was playing. Then he just died. All right. Well, good stun lock. They 100-0 him.
That's something. Still, of course, 17k down. If they can stop the pushes from OG like this, get time for the Riki and Troll to farm up. Maybe a shot for them to turn it. Yep. As 9. He's out. He's going to find Saxer. Another kill for Tundra as they catch OG a little separated.
Gotta get your composure back a little bit, OG. You're still very strong, but certainly not a game over just yet. There are 3 pretty strong cores on the side of Tundra that will at some point scale up. And as we just witnessed there, Lion, especially with level 12 and Aether Lens, it's a lot of burst damage. Well, he was only 11 in this engagement. But yeah, he just dies.
And there's a lot of disable, a lot of chain stun, and no chance to get the BKB out in time. And of course, as we saw, mid one going down, the push put immediately to a stop. And a little bit of breathing room for Tundra. As Tundra just making sure that they stand together one by one. Leaving little opportunities for OG to get sort of these free kills with heroes split pushing out alone. 9 closing in on the BKB, just a recipe away. But OG, they're back to business. They're out on the bottom lane, they take the tier 2. And they'll start to prepare for pushing up towards the high ground once more. Mid one nearly having the full S and Y on top of the BKB, and that additional status resistance should have a better chance of being able to get that BKB off if they do jump in. It's mid. Seb tries to go in, but the cloud was already down. So not able to get the Doom off. Just hold back, reset.
It's tough, though. It's still very difficult to actually leave the base if OG are continuing to control this top triangle. The ancient camp's no longer yours, so the bounty hunter factor as well makes it very difficult for any of these heroes to split push, especially since there's then an effectively hasted invoker that can chase, but they will smoke out. Unfortunately, Skeeter is tracked, so he won't be a part of this.
Well, over they go, no tail. He's been caught here. They make the jump. They take out the bounty hunter. Seb's going to put the BKB, jump over towards Skeeter, and lay down the Doom onto the Troll. Mid one moving in as well, closing the gap onto the Troll. They take out Skeeter. They'll move over towards Biver at the same time. Saxter and Topser, they're chasing down 33, and they'll get the kill. Or maybe not the Chemical Rage. Is it enough? 33 trying to get out of there, but no, he'll go down. 9 jumps over with the Tricks of the Trade, looking for Saxter, jumps straight back out to dodge the Tornado. As OG, they find 3, and they're able to get back on with the job here as they move up to the high ground. Fada caught in the Wukong's command. As the space will be there for OG to take the tier 3 mid. Shortly after the fortification will come to an end. Tundra, 4 heroes down. None with buyback, but of course still at this early stage. They're not dead for too long. They'll be back up in 20 seconds. But they won't be able to put up a fight for this mid set of racks. And maybe another with all the tier 2s already being taken out. As mid one moves immediately down towards the bottom. And they'll look to take a second here, OG.
Yeah, especially with the alacrity spam. It's just Solar Crest alacrity onto this mid one Monkey King is just so much increased attack speed. And the bullwhip, like, let's go.
And the respawn's now starting to come in. Mid one wants to stick around to get this melee racks. He's going to get hexed. They're able to jump in. Concoction to follow things up as well as the finger. They're trying to run him down. Skeeter's in with the battle trance, but again, he's sent up into the air, wasting time of his ultimate. He's still moving in. They'll kite him up again. As Skeeter just can't lock onto a target right now. The fight is still too impossible for him without a BKB. 9 gets jumped upon him, will buy back immediately. The boundless strike just cuts in half Fada. As he'll call it, this one's over. They don't want to fight against this anymore. GG is called. OG will take this best of 1 against Tundra. And definitely a relief there for the lads on OG. As you can see, they're happy with this one. You know, It's got to always be good to especially when you're coming off the back of such a rough game, to just be able to dish it out as hard as you received it.
I mean, for sure. They're going to need help once again. It's like they're saying, okay, Tundra, I know we just kicked your ass, but please, can you just go beat Liquid again for us? And then that third time, things will be different.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, so far the story is it's the same book. It's the game 1, OG losing to Liquid, and now OG beating Tundra. I mean, we're in a loop, and we're 1 game 1 result away from being in that loop again, Kyle. I mean, at this stage, after we've seen what we've seen this time round, do you expect something different? Because for this next game, Tundra, they're definitely going to have to go up against Liquid coming out of a much rougher game than the position they were in last time round, right? Because this game against OG, this was a tough one for them.
Yeah, I once again, just feels like the first pick out. I hate to keep bringing it up, but from there, the draft just seems a bit forced. The Riki pick is, again, it's like an homage to the OG Secret game, but then you're not given an Ags. You don't win the lane, and every lane's a disaster. Like Liquid versus Tundra, it's really, it looks like it's this circular win stuff going on, which is true, but it's really just, in all the games these teams get blown out, they lose all 3 lanes. that you can't come back.
Yeah, well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen, as OG will hit back super hard in this game, take the victory against Tundra as we move on with this tiebreaker.
When I'm lonely in the dark, I know you are with me, yeah. Don't you see that I need you so much? Don't you see that I love you so
This game goes the way of OG. This is the second time they faced, because this is the second rotation of tiebreakers that we're having, and it was the same result as the first time they faced. This time, however, Tundra did not get to play Dota at all, it seemed. We're here to break the game down and, of course, also prepare for our next game, which is going to be Tundra versus Liquid. But this game, I'm here with T and Kyle. And T, this game, Tundra looked a little lost, or maybe OG made them feel lost in this game.
I just can't get over the fact that we've got this each game, like each time we do the tiebreak, the games just get quicker and quicker, and the teams are like, all right, we know how to beat you, but we still don't know how to beat you. So we'll get there eventually, but for sure, OG, they just kind of completely outplayed Tundra. I think Carl, he touched on it in the cast. It feels like this round of the tiebreaker, it's whoever picks Alk, there isn't that platform to really give it the game. You know, everyone knows about the key heroes to activate the Alk, and then if you don't have that, how are you securing his lane? OG this time, after their loss to Liquid, their laning phase is so much better. They have this like great setup. They'd be able to activate all their heroes. Thompson doesn't get crushed by a Riki, which is the reason why they picked the Riki. He buys a Necro 3, and this game is just OG all the way, crushing lanes. Go on, Kyle. What are we saying here, Chief?
Kyle.
I don't even know. Like I've had to do this. You keep seeing me. I don't know what more to say.
Hi, Kyle.
Don't first pick Alchemist.
Yeah, I agree.
Win the laning phase. That's always good. And if I'm Liquid, if you're listening, I know you all probably are, because the whole squad is out right now. You got to win this game.
Yeah.
Because I would be... OG, that was the best they've looked all day today. If Tundra win here, Liquid immediately have to play OG. And I don't want to do that. They've thrown out a couple of drafts. Weaver, no. Alchemist first pick, no. Now they're going to just play straight up Dota, and the team looks a lot spookier.
Yes, I would agree with that. I would also like to put the following question up on both of you. In the rock, paper, scissors scenario, who's which? Who's the rock? Who's the paper? Who's the scissors?
Tundra is scissors because they keep...
Wait, no, they're rocks. They have good foundations in their draft.
Okay, true. They keep smashing Liquid's dreams.
OG is like paper, because if there's any like water or anything outside, they just crumble instantly. And then Liquid are scissors, because, you know, they like to... Yeah, I don't have anything for that.
Because they're a bunch of kids who run with scissors? That's very rude, Tikov.
Well, you said it. I was thinking it, but... They need responsible adults near them. There you go. Yeah. There's such a big network because they have the boot camp. There we go.
Sure. I like it. I mean, hey.
Oh, yeah.
Dota's like this sometimes. And especially in the BO1s, it's mind games galore. I don't really know what to think anymore about the drafting, because it's
also different from what we've seen. Obviously, it's best of one, so we know to expect something different, but it's like super different. It's not even like, okay, let's pull from our strongest strategies of throughout the season. No, it's like, oh, let's pick Bounty Hunter first pick that we've not done for a couple of months or forever, for that matter. And it works.
Okay, I think the key thing is I don't want to see an Alk. I think Alk is just like a hot mess unless you have Alk into Monkey. That kind of that opens is like a straw. You know, you really force your opponent to have to play Dota.
Yeah.
But anything else is just like,
What? Yeah, it makes some sense as a selection when but not first pick. Like first pick out, you think
second pick, and you pick it on slot 8, right?
Yeah.
So you close out your draft, gotcha. Or you pick it on 7 and just kind of you sit back, or 6.
Like you said though, it works because you're giving this Monkey King Ags at like 13 minutes, and you're like, okay, that's pretty insane. That is a strategy. It's not a strategy in this when this happens. It's 4 minutes in.
Oh, yes.
As well.
Look at it. Look at this is how beautiful it is that in these best of ones, we just have this kind of development. Notel, he gets to play as Bounty Hunter. He realizes there's no pressure. This is the key thing. The reason why this Bounty Hunter works, you have an offlane Alk. He moves into your map. He moves to your own jungle. Therefore, you're not sacrificing your carry. You're not leaving like a 3 and a 4 to bully your 1. So this is why you get this pos 5 working in a rare scenario. And just some nice little clips of him just being an absolute nuisance. Good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really great pick. It definitely made 33 feel very weak on that Alchemist, and I can't help but wonder. Like, we had an aggressive tri lane coming out from Tundra. Couldn't they have shifted things around, because they lost all 3 lanes? Shouldn't they have change something up the moment that they realized there was going to be a bounty hunter that was going to annoy 33 that much?
I think it's also the CM pick. It looks good on paper, but when you pick Lion, you're kind of forced into this kind of scenario because your supports are just it's not a great duo. I'll just say it. Like, it's not a great support duo. And yeah, try laning with a troll on paper seems good, but Seb found an ice ogre. That's it. Lane's over. What's fine? Oh,
I see the ticker seeing OG is paper. Liquid is scissors.
That is it. Sorry.
Oh, there you go. Oh, wait. Wow. Does that even work? Does that even work? We said Tundra was what? Rock?
Yeah, rock.
And Liquid is scissors. That works. Yeah. Actually works. Okay, yeah. I did not think about that portion of the equation.
Wait, what? No. There's a fourth scenario here out of play somewhere? All right, okay, cool. It's only been 5
we gotta find out,
guys.
The question is Tundra also paper?
Why would they be both?
Because then they Liquid beats both.
Yeah.
You're with me now, Sheaves.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's really hard to read, right? Because if we think back to the first game that these two teams played, we saw Liquid go for the Visage, which obviously did not work out at all, especially not with that Mars picked up already there. So I feel like that was, I mean, I know you guys don't like to use it, but it was a little bit of a cheese strat, of course. And I kind of think Liquid's not going to do that for this game, or at least if they will, it's not going to be a Visage.
Definitely not. The hero of this series will be Coddle. It will be banned or it will be picked. With that gone, Earth Spirit. I think we might also see Void Spirit, but both these teams, it's Coddle, it's Earth Spirit, and maybe if I'm Tundra, Earthshaker? Reviver? It's not getting banned.
No, but is it as good as it used to be? Like, obviously, you're still decent at the hero, but I mean, it's not bad.
Oh, and it does allow you to set up your game. So it's still fundamentally the same hero. It's just how you get there for sure.
I am mostly curious to see if we can get Skeeter on the Wraith King again. Looked really good at that. Or if not, I just, we saw him on Ursa, Wraith King. I think Tundra's of the 3 teams playing today, they are just repeating what they have done and what has worked for them throughout the entire season. But I kind of want to see.
For a reason.
Yeah, they're the rock for the reason, I guess so. But I kind of want to see Skeeter on something else. He is a beast on that Wraith King, of course, though. So that helps.
The Death Prophet is going to be key as well. Those are actually, I'll edit. Coddle, Earth Spirit, Death Prophet. I think that Tundra's looked a lot better when they have these just kind of standard ways to play Dota. It's the same with Liquid. It's really all 3 of these teams. I almost feel like they're overthinking the draft.
They are. No, that's it, Carl. You just said
that's the thing with the. Oh, I have new information also, by the way. Because Best of One does make you overthink the draft. We saw previously where OG chose second pick and then Tundra chose Radiant, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This time, Team Liquid chooses second pick, and Tundra's like, yeah, we play Dire this game.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a team-based thing for sure. I think they're maybe
I like
looking.
That though.
Because imagine if Liquid had Dire and second pick. When you think about it a little bit more, not only do they have that, they have the stack advantage. So you want to take away that stack potential from Liquid. I can now see a little bit more as we have more time to think about it. I see why they would want to take it away from that team, but favor Radiant against, for example, OG.
Yep.
Are they banning Alchemist? That's the key thing I wanted to say, because like you just saw Tundra do literally nothing with it. Do you think that?
And before that, we saw OG do nothing with it.
Exactly, and Liquid banned it out in their series against Tundra. They banned out the out. Go on.
To be fair though, they are listening to the wise words of Cinderin. When the Alch gets picked, it's an Alchemist game, okay? So they're banning the Alchemist. They're planning. They're first picking Bounty into the Alchemist. They're not allowing it to be used the way that we've seen it win, where it's like an Alch Monkey. There's no Doom. I mean, we even talked about like a week and a half ago. The Doom against the Ags giving is quite good because at some point, this guy gets too out of control. He has too many items. Well, you just Doom him in the face.
Yeah.
Deleted. So
is that why Liquid's going to let it through again then? Because they know how to. Well, this time, sorry. Because they can deal with it.
I don't know. I hope not, but they might.
I mean, we're going to find out. We are ready.
Tiebreaker.
There is a chance that we're going to go for round 3. We're going to find out what the draft is first, though. A lot is riding on that, of course. And the draft will begin after the break. We'll be right back with Tundra.
you think. Oh, the door closest starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. I forgive the pain you gave to me so long ago. Sleepless nights I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. My love, I'm gone. I need to be strong. The darkness had tried to swallow me. Seasons are full, but I hear your call. I pray I don't hit the ground. Gravity. 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 Gravity.
Baby, wait, I know that you're afraid.
Three teams, one major slot. And for the second time today, Team Liquid is one game away from taking that slot. They are playing up against TUNDRA, and they have already won against OG in the first game of the second round of tiebreaker. So if they win here, they would have had 2 wins, and 2 wins is enough to break the tiebreaker and therefore take that slot and go and the wild cards to the Singapore Major. I'm here with T-Gov and Kyle, and looking forward to seeing what this third game.
You about to say and final, weren't you? You about to say and final?
Yeah, third
no,
and
no.
sixth game will bring us.
Please don't jinx it.
If we are gonna have another 3 games after this, there is a chance for another round, and then another round, and then another
All right,
round.
guys,
and another
I wanted to set the scene, okay? So coming into this very series, Liquid must beat TUNDRA to break the tiebreaker situation, not going to a round 3.
Yes.
This is the only series where a team has not beaten their opponent in the entirety of DPC. TUNDRA is 3-0 against Liquid now.
Yeah, they have not yet. Liquid has not yet been able to break through TUNDRA's defense. They are the rock, and Liquid are the scissors. It's just as simple as that. And Kyle, you mentioned Death Prophet would be an important hero this series, and there she is.
it's just really solid here because it's got so much versatility for Tundra. Could be Fada, could be 3/3, could be 9, and they leave the Coddle. DP quite nice against the Coddle. The long range silence, you can pressure towers without creep waves. Just a very good hero. We'll see. I feel like you want to Coddle if you're Liquid. I mean, Nyx is in the pool. It also, this DP sort of denies the Void Spirit that Liquid have been leaning on so far today.
Mm-hmm.
You see Insania surrounded by his 2 coaches.
Yeah.
Soon they'll have the chef in, the manager, the landlord to the entire building. They're going to have everyone there.
Yeah. Keep in mind, by the way, Alchemist is ignored this game.
Yes, that's a given. I think after that's the funny thing about these best of ones, because Liquid, they banned out the Alchemist against Tundra the last time they played, and then they were scared of it. Tundra then, brought out themselves, they lost, and now Liquid, it's so much better for them to draft because not only have they had an hour break, they've also gone, wait a second, we don't have to waste a ban. And then now we got like new heroes coming into play.
Shaker in the pool, they go Tusk instead. Okay. I think it might just be a better hero after the nerfs. It's also quite good at finding and killing the Coddle.
Very strong lane. If that's your 3 and 4 for sure, it's going to be very potent from Tundra.
Yeah, strong opening. I mean, this is already. I kind of feel like we chose the rock paper scissors really well because good luck fighting into that. They are sturdy heroes so far, while Liquid just got to try to pincer their way through this game somehow.
Very nice. Very nice.
I tried.
You tried.
I really don't know. Yeah, we cut their way through this game. I guess that would cut their way through their armor. Yeah, Well, I mean, I do like I feel like when in a game like this, ease of execution, especially 6th game round, you can only imagine focus is falling a little bit. Nobody will ever, come out straight out and say it's like, sure, we'll play the same level of Dota all the way around, but truth is probably not. And so ease of execution, if you have that to fall back on, then Tundra is the opening that I would be more comfortable with.
Yeah, for sure. In regards to Liquid though, they have lent on this Weaver to kind of enable some of their games before. It is pretty aggressive, but again, like you said, Tundra's draft is much kind of easier to look at. They have the silence into Weaver, and a Coddle Weaver lane, it'll be scary, but how strong is it really without the IO?
Who says it's without the IO?
I like the bans. I really like the bans though. Wraith King, just get it out if you're Liquid. Like, just make him play something else. You also have a Weaver who gets kind of eaten alive. And Tundra, no Lycan, no Enigma. They get rid of the Puck Lounger in the open. Forcing both teams away from their comfort zone. I think that's key.
Is Ursa decent against Weaver?
No. That's been proven enough, I think.
It's like, so just, basically Ursa beats Weaver when it's like a 45-minute game. Ursa has all the items he needs, and he can then, one-shot the Weaver for sure. But we also saw in the game where Midone played it, where he itemizes to deal with that with a very late Aeon disc, and you mitigate that entire window where Ursa does beat you. But for sure, Weaver is the counter to an Ursa.
Okay, so yeah, we are not worried about the Skeeter Ursa this game round.
There is a Wisp in the pool.
Never mind, they were still a little worried about it, so they ban it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't know yet if it is Weaver without IO or not. It does seem like Tundra is not really fearing that IO coming out because they focus their attention on some of the more heroes that bring a lot of stuff and banning those out.
It's all the Necro 3 book buys.
Ooh.
I like that. I really like that. Steal it from Tundra just in case.
What is that?
Really good Boxer hero. Yep.
Yeah.
It's great synergy with the Coddle as well. Like, you have this awesome synergy now because, well, one, both those heroes love getting chakra'd, and two, you can pull either around the map to find a kill with the other, and it's a strong lane.
This is just Liquid, like, going to really strong side lanes. I wouldn't be surprised if they went for like the Mars Phoenix or just a Mars plus any big team fight. Because now they have Coddle Weaver lane, which can always spam out the wave. They've got a Mars +1 lane, which is going to be very potent. It could be Mars Willow, Mars Phoenix, Mars Rubik, whatever's required. And then they just get to have this last pick for Koikova to be whatever the game needs. A much different approach than they've shown so far when their second pick. They've normally relied on flexibility to surprise their opponent. But this time it's like, no, we're going to have good draft, solid lanes, and we have the value of Koikova with the best hero for his game.
So they're taking quite some time here.
This is tough for them because they have to determine whether they want this to be a Fada Death Prophet or not. Because if you pick a 5 here, it's got to be core. And it is a pretty spooky core Prophet game, I think. As a 5, I actually like it quite a bit because the silence is so much value. And okay, this is still open.
Fada Gyro.
Yeah, the Fada Gyro. And that actually worked when they pulled it out the other day.
He did
against,
so much damage.
Oh yeah, didn't he just rocket the coddle and run at him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relentlessly. It was against Viking GG.
It was,
in
yeah.
game 2. And it was in the same pick as well. This is there's the Mars Willow. Sure.
Yep.
The old school combo. But this is I love this for Liquid. Like this is their bread and butter, right?
Yeah. And this is what they need. If they want to break this tiebreak and not force out the third round, then it will be Liquid who is the team that undoes that potential third round. Therefore, the fans will not get to see a third round Liquid if you win this game with your really strong draft.
This is where it switched up. I mean, Skeeter, all of his core heroes are out. I don't think it's the greatest troll game, but it is certainly a possibility. PL isn't bad either.
Oh, Viver's nodding. He's like, I like this idea. And there is the PA. So PA into Weaver is one of those matchups where Weaver will have fun running around the map, killing the team whilst PA farms. But then eventually you poke your head up high ground as a Weaver and you just get, crit out of existence. So yeah, it's a very nice kind of scaling point for Tundra to lean on. And Liquid, they really need to pressure the lanes. We saw PA against Liquid in that game as well, where it just kind of buckled under the pressure of the mid Mars. So yeah, will be interesting to see how well the PA does, especially with a Gyrocopter 5 support enabling it into a Mars Willow.
And now Liquid have a read on what this game is. It's a Fada Gyro. It's a 3/3 Death Prophet. So they take out 9's Comfort Hero. No Void Spirit. Make sure he's playing that like second tier hero.
There's the Brood ban. It's like,
yeah, that was what I was gonna say on too. That's real spooky if you're Tundra. Because all Liquid need now is this last pick Chaos hero, and that is pretty much the embodiment of Koifa. Anything is available. Yeah. Everything is permitted.
Like you basically, when this hero that Koifa picks, everyone on Tundra, or at least one player, has to sigh when it's picked. That's all Liquid need. Yeah. If we sigh, they sigh, anyone in chat sighs, Liquid's in a great position because they have a really nice strong. Don't sigh. But yeah, that's where Liquid, that's what they need pretty much to close out this draft. And again, they rely heavily on winning the lanes because Weaver into PA will crush this Weaver with 1 bit of lockdown. I guess that's a saving grace. There isn't clean lockdown from Tundra right now. It is like snowball punch, a silence, and a rocket. Like that is not enough for PA to feel too confident in these fights before BKB. And that's where Liquid will look to pressure that with, this kind of hero that should make you, why?
I gotta ask, with Liquid, is there any kind of other cheese still? Obviously, we saw the Visage and the Huskar. Anything like that still an option? Liquid has got overall last pick.
All right, we should stop calling Koikova's hero pool cheesy. This man who plays another.
Okay, well, how do you want to call it? How do you want to call it? Any kind of unorthodox strategies coming out? Still potential there.
High skill.
Yeah, high skill. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the 24th pick in the draft.
Not high skill.
Very respectable. No, let's go with cheese. Why not?
But could we see a Huskar? Could we see a Visage?
Huskar, yes.
No, wait, really?
Yeah.
There's no enable, no like defensive enabler. All right, maybe.
I don't think it's likely, but
okay.
We'll see.
I'd like to see like a Viper or something.
Viper,
break mechanic, just slap that into play. Even like a Shadow Fiend. Why not? Go on, Carl. This is your one. Take it away.
I still think that's necessary.
Oh, I pick Kunkka.
Okay, 9 Kunkka. I dig it. Nice. But yeah, Viper just got even better. Now you remove the Tidebringer, and it pretty much guarantees that mid is at worst even for you.
Can we read what Quaker was saying so we get to list the heroes?
Read his lips.
Don't Shiva.
I will. No. No, he's mumbling. I don't know, but he's not using his mouth properly because he's having his hands blocking his full movements of his face.
Yeah, you know,
he's
Blitz told
countering
him
the
that.
lip
Yeah, that's clearly Blitz is like your Quaker. Whenever you're on camera, don't allow Shiva to lip read.
Also,
release.
he is obviously speaking with a German accent. Makes his words also a little bit different there.
Oh, okay. So
but
we
he's
can pick
shaking
up.
his head.
Yeah, he's like, no.
He doesn't like what Quake's saying.
No, he doesn't. And now he looks at Blitz. Blitz is like,
Blitz,
mate,
is this
trust
a good game?
Trust Quake.
No, it's not. Lycan's banned. You can't pick Lycan, Will.
It's saying he's like spamming the button, but I can't. I want to pick it. You don't want to pick it into Kunkka though, realistically, memes aside.
No,
anyway, what is the Quake of a hero? 18 seconds left. All right.
Storm. Oh, wait, that's why it looked to Will. There you go.
Of course.
Oh,
yeah, all right.
Amazing.
Should have known.
Amazing. Hey, Blitz, can we get that seal of approval, please?
If they lose this,
yeah. Is this a Storm game?
Yeah, that's fine. So if this game's lost, it's based off the fun object.
Okay,
no, it's not, very strong.
It's nice. 1, you have Cobble to play with.
Yes.
And 2, you needed catch. And 3, the enemy supports have only dodgeable abilities. So you're not really threatened except for getting X'd and getting Yulzed and silenced by the DP. It's really nice to have that catch, and also kind of secures the late game for you.
Okay, so you're liking what Liquid is bringing to the table. How about you, T?
I love Liquid's draft for the laning phase pressure and the eventual timing it has. I think I've seen so many PA games where they just win the game outright. I think Secret popularized the hero and showed that it didn't really get touched by the ban hammer, or nerf hammer, sorry, and it's still a very strong hero. So I think PA should have a pretty good game. The question is, can Tundra get there with the type of pace that Liquid will be setting?
Yeah. So the question is, will Liquid punch in their ticket to the Singapore Major, or will we go again, start from scratch for a third rotation of best of three-team tiebreaker best of ones? We're going to find out together with Odie Pixel and Kyle.
Thank you very much, GBS. Here we go. Another best of one, Liquid versus Tundra. Kyle, what do you make of this? I think first thing, sort of have to look towards is that Fada Gyro. We did, as you mentioned, we saw it before, but for those that missed it last time, what made it work then? And will that come into play here? Are we going to see the Fada Gyro pay off once again?
I don't know. I think in that game, he had a bit of a blessing throughout the laning stage. He just got ahead. He had a veil. It was like 8 minutes into the game, and you feel great because you're just vomiting damage. This game, a little different. I think the laning phase for Liquid is going to be better, and it's tough for him to deal with a Weaver specifically. So a lot will, as in all these games of this triangle team fight, BL1 tiebreaker, it's the lanes.
Okay. And so what you think, overall the other lanes, who's sort of having the edge there in that regard?
We'll have to see how they set it up. With Tusk, you might look to start with the tri-lane, especially with Tusk Gyro. Like, that is a pretty damn strong level 1 combination. So we'll probably expect to see some 5-man moves. And yeah, we already do. Liquid this time are going to probably just camp a high ground, make sure that doesn't happen. But yeah, mid, Storm versus Kunkka, probably going to be a bit of a trade. So yeah, PA versus Mars, I think that the Liquid lineup might have a bit of an edge there. So look to see if Skeeter can have a nice game. But really, the dual roam potential of this Tundra support duo is what I think will be the key to a potential reset if we could get that third round around.
Let's see. I think, I think a lot of us have been enjoying the Dota 2 today, and we wouldn't mind if it kept on going. But we'll see what happens here and see if Liquid are able to put an end to it with this game against Tundra, or if Tundra can keep the loop going.
Let's see, Biver, boots first, still saved a skill, as did Fata. So look to see these two link up somewhere, because again, level 1, level 2, they are at pretty much peak effectiveness in comparison to their opponents. And Insania, be a little cautious, my friend.
The battle begins.
Level 1 rocket.
Yeah, it's going to be heading in the way of Mickey. Mickey's well out of there. That'll just be the 2-for-2 bounty runes, as we'll see what setups we have in the lanes, and if anyone is going to have a tough time. I mean, the mid lane, we obviously know what's going to go on there. You're going to get this Kunkka versus the Storm. Who tends to have the better time here, do you feel? You know, obviously both heroes got great ways of pushing the wave out. Who's got the best offensive potential?
I would say Storm.
Yeah.
But it really just depends. I think it's Storm favored if you get the wave push going because you utilize Bottle so much more efficiently. But Kunkka at level 3, level 5 starts to really put some pressure onto you. Bottle also, he TP'd back top just so we would have full mana and have that free rocket as he spawned into the fountain regen. So cool move from him.
You know, sort of the missile spam is enough to make space against this duo lane for Skeeter to farm fine in the safe lane. But not going for that tri lane. Keeping things as a duo. Bottom lane 33. We've already seen we saw a really good showing from 33 earlier, didn't we, on his Death Prophet?
Oh, for sure. He was, I'd say, the shining star of that entire game for him.
We'll see if he's able to achieve anything similar to that here in this game against Liquid.
It's already doing nice. It's great when you have the lane frozen in front of your tower. Viper's always been doing a nice job at just controlling waves for his offlaner. This is key if you're playing a DP. You don't want to be pushed up too far, ever. Top, Skeeter, probably not the most pleased with the 5-position gyro. He's able to spam spells, but because of the low range, you don't really trade hits as effectively as a hero like Willow.
For sure, and it is already a rather difficult lane for Skeeter. You know, sure, you're always going to have to blink to jump back if a creep wave's in position. But once the levels are there on this Willow and Mars, the combo is incredibly strong in the lane. So Skeeter's going to have to be rather careful with his positioning to make sure that he doesn't get speared through multiple brambles and set up upon.
I will say Koifa also off to a fantastic start middle.
He's not missing a creep,
6.
I don't think.
Yeah. That is a hell of a performance, and that is huge. Storm can really start to snowball if you get that early bottle and control the room.
Do you think is there any sort of chance for Tundra to make a move on Quaker before he's 6 with their support?
You'd hope so, because if you don't, that's why you pick it as this final selection. You can't kill Storm with your supports. Once he has Zip, he can go right through the rocket, right through the snowball, and then potentially turn it around back onto you.
I think the things he's going to have to be most careful about playing around is it's going to be that silence from 33 later on in the action. See 33, has he got much regen? He's just got the tangos to rely on. So they do a hell of a lot of damage there, the two of them. Mickey able to nearly run him out of the lane. Viper, he's actually going to be able to get the courier. Mickey was able to get his items in time though. It's top lane. They get the spear back on Fada, separating him from the tower. Still able to make his way around though, but the tree is already cut. CSY is up top. Just keeping it even. Skeeter able to find just as much as Boxy's Mars, even though there's Boxy and Tiger putting on the pressure. Skeeter has got the stick charges and will be able to juke his way through the maze. Make sure that Boxy doesn't get that angle to spear him through the brambles.
Yeah, so far, much more of a even-tempered game than what we've been witnessing throughout most of the day. Laning advantage certainly in favor of Liquid, though. They hold the CS lead in almost all 3 lanes. This rune is going to be big. You can see 9 trying to camp top. Oh, he's got a hustle.
Haste. And,
oh, wow, he gave it up.
Yeah, the Torrent, he went for sort of the big brain play, I guess, with the Torrent. Well, expecting Quaker to take a step away to get close, but ends up whiffing it completely because of that. And it's an easy rune.
It just wasn't necessary. Oh, up top, they got him. They got Taiga.
Now Fada's level 3. He's got the 2 points in Barrage. That's a lot of damage. You know, this is one of the reasons why Fada likes to go for this gyro. They're having this early insane amount of chase and damage potential. If he's able to run you down with a couple of barrages, that's a lot of damage to withstand in the laning stage. Mid lane Quaker trying to get active with this haste rune. He's able to grab 9, drag him back with the vortex. The stick charges keeping 9 alive. Is he actually able to survive this? He's into the trees. Quaker's hunting. Another spirit drop down on the floor. Will get the kill secured. And Quaker is able to finally take him down.
That all comes down to 9 being a little greedy on that 4-minute rune. He wanted to get XP off of some creeps dying mid, so he didn't run top to beat Koifa. He had Byverid bought rune, but he wanted to just get that extra XP, and he got punished for it by missing the torrent, and now dies for it. Good call. I think that was an ally in his safe lane, just making sure that he knew that there was no snowball skilled on the Tusk. So no chance at any sort of response there, although I suppose he was out of mana as well. Could have checked that too.
Yeah, you're big branding yourself there, Carl.
It's been a long day. Someone's got to big brain it, okay? So far, I think just not picking Alchemist has been the name of the game.
Top. We're making another attempt at it. Running down Boxy. I mean, you see the damage from the rocket barrage. This is why Fada loves it. They're diving in. Fada tanking the tower here with the salve. He wants to go for another round of the barrage. Skeeter jumps in, but the spear will push him back. So Boxy able to keep himself safe and able to salve up himself. And now Tiger's coming in with a wraparound. And turn with the setup onto Skeeter with the Curse Crown. Boxy, he's getting in position. He's going to have Spear in a second. As Skeeter's trying to run. And mana just a little short for the spear. They don't need it. The Shadow Realm alone will do the job. Take down Skeeter. As Fada's got to be careful, actually. If Boxy's able to swing around and find him with a spear, Fada will also fall. He's into the trees. And he's just got to hope that they don't come hunting for him. Boxy, he's going to be able to find him. Fada's found. Another kill picked up for Liquid here from the two of them. As that aggressive dive from Tundra ends up really hurting them.
Yeah, that was a little over-eager. I don't want to say desperation, but definitely not something that I feel like Tundra really should be doing. You know, even if you get that kill, it's such a huge dive. You're almost always going to be punished, and even if you're not, that's an out of health and mana top lane in 09.
He's able to get the drag back on Quoitfoot, get the boat down onto him. And of course, as soon as that rum's there, it's a little too much for Quoitfoot to play into and attempt to burst the Kunkka down in. Three to one. Now bottom lane, Mickey poking at 33, but Biva's still by his side, so not going to be potential to dive here down here for the carry Weaver.
And so far, so good for Liquid. And you're just trying to keep control. All three top net worth slots in possession of the Radiant side. It's a close game, though. You know, this isn't a blowout like we've been seeing.
No, this is a much calmer beginning, without a doubt. I mean, only 4 kills at 7 minutes and so in. I'm going to say only, this is more expected. But definitely a bit of a slowdown compared to the previous 2 games we've seen. It's Quoitfoot. Attempt on 9. 9, he's got the X mark, but Torrent and Boat still on cooldown. Fada, he's going to be able to get in and deny that rune from Quoitfoot.
It's huge. You got to deny runes against Storm, especially one that gets ahead like this. You can get out of control real quick, especially with Insania just stacking and spamming and giving the mana.
Fada, he's going to get gone upon. See if Boxy's got the damage. He's got to run though now, Boxy. As him and Tiger, they're going to be chased by 33, coming in with the Ghost. Immediately, Tiger just goes for the Shadow Realm TP back to the towers. He'll get himself away. 33 will still want to get something done with the use of this ultimate. See if he's able to get some damage onto the top tier 1 tower, or if Liquid respond, and they do. Insania immediately comes up here, starts to de-push the wave, and that means 33 won't be able to find anything really with this Exorcism.
Yeah. He does get the rotate, though. They had wanted to move Skeeter to bottom, so now they've done that successfully. He's going to be okay up against the Weaver solo. Really like Mickey's build. The Raindrop, the Wand, Wraithband, Falcon Blade, now Treads. Just going to try and tank up as much as possible. Great smoke move, though. They know there can't be a teleport from 3-3, so this is an open lane. At most, you can bring 4 here as Tundra.
Let's see what jump they can get. Quoitfoot, he's ready to go. Zips straight in, looks for Biva to start things. It's Biva. They'll buy some time with the snowball, but there's no saving this man. So 3 of Liquid taken down. Nice and easily. Skeeter is able to at least stop himself from being in a spot of bother. Stays underneath the tower.
He did buy on the Tusk before he died, so lost no gold. Only gave up like 160. Could be worse. He, by standing there, saves Skeeter, the living ward, as many supports are become quite accomplished at doing. Runes to spawn in 5 seconds, though. Biver's back.
And Tiger, he's come up here to try and take that bounty rune away from them. They're going to be able to turn their efforts straight towards him. He's into the Shadow Realm, but with a homing missile stun connect, there's no chance to try and use that time to TP out, as Tiger will die for attempting to stick around for the bounty.
is under attack.
A little bit of extra gold infusion for Skeeter. Represents about a creep wave, so easy perseverance. Back to bottom lane.
It's 3k lead though for Liquid all this time. Liquid just able to make that much more out of the map. Quakefoot is going to have an incredibly quick Orchid, which is not going to be too easy to deal with at all when you consider the heroes of Tundra. Nobody really going to have any sort of early answer to that silence. So going out on the map alone is going to be very spooky this game, with Quakefoot having the beginning that he has.
Yeah, especially.
Ivor's trying to set something up here, potentially, but Boxy's around with the arena available. 9. He's already rather low, but Ivor's able to come and block the spear, but it might not matter with the fear from Tiger, pushing him back into the arena wall. 9 goes down, and so will Biver. As they cannot save him. Tundra, they've got to just back out with the rest of them. And at this stage, 11 minutes in, this is that fight that's going to be so hard for Tundra to deal with. Boxy, Tiger, that incredible synergy between the two of them, and the fact that it's these elusive heroes like the Storm and the Weaver that are just going to be able to dart around these controlled engagements by the rest of Team Liquid's lineup and just rack up the kills every time.
Oh yeah, and they're feeling themselves too. You know, Insania, even with the very well-timed all chat, the voice line action coming out, and the trouble is, like, the support to it, the Fada Gyro, you know, when a game is ahead, it looks great, but with no ultimate even, the impact just isn't felt. Weak in the lane, weak until 6, and it just feels like Tundra's forcing it a bit. This mid push is gonna work, sure, if there's only 3 Liquid heroes there, but they're gonna bring the squad, and they're gonna fight you. There's Orchid on Coif, as you said. Mickey enormous down bottom. We'll have a Maelstrom finished shortly.
Over here now.
I mean, Coif is enormous. And an Invis rune bottled.
Sure if they can catch something out of this top lane. Boxy will be a good kill, but he's not too easy of a target. See if they can take him down here, the 3 of them. And Insania trying to knock them back, but immediately closing the gap again with the snowball, but backup's in. Quakefoot comes over with a vortex. The arena is back up, it's dropped down. They take down Biver, they'll get 33 as well. Quakefoot's able to turn things around, get himself a double. And on top of that, 12 minutes in, they'll be able to take this tier 1 tower top as this game continues to get harder and harder for Tundra.
Fada.
You thought you had me, didn't you?
Dire's top tower
Nearly saw an opportunity to go for that as well, but decides against it. Doesn't want to go in too aggressive that close to the towers.
And it's the mana spam. Like Koifa, if he's not showing on lane or killing a hero, he's just farming jungle. Insania's given him a few stacks already. Constant mana botting. Mickey, we haven't even seen. He's 0-0-1. He's just chilling, playing his own game.
top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Tower gone.
Then
Quakefoot having an incredible opening. 6 kills and nothing else. Nothing being done to threaten his life here in this early stages of the Storm.
Are scanning.
Skeeter's still no Battle Fury. Like, yes, this game's not over yet. You know, PA, we have seen win games from worse positions, but it's just looking grim. No Battle Fury, pretty far behind even Boxy in the net worth department. And there's just no help for him. There's no steroid. There's no real save. Snowball not going to be super effective. And 9 just not really in a position to make too many moves to help his squad right now.
Or Quakefoot is able to zip in, grab the haste rune. He's going to turn and look to take down Biver. They've got him. He'll die to the soul burn damage of the Orchid.
Oh boy.
Quakefoot gets another. Tundra, they've got to do something to slow down this Storm's game, or at least make sure that he's not able to continue to get more out of it, as Quakefoot is so far out of control here this early. 8k lead now for Liquid.
It's getting out of control. And the difficulty is, again, the lack of catch on Tundra means that these 2 cores, Mickey Koifa, so versatile, so fast around the map, it's going to be tough to stun lock them. You really need PA to just have so many more items. The Deso BKB Basher timing, pretty much. And
Sure.
at that point, you'll probably be even in this game. It's just a long ways away. How are you going to buy that time? Liquid really need to make a mistake.
Tiger. He's found Fada and the backup's on the way over. At the same time, Mickey just checking out the high ground, seeing if there's anyone else behind him. There isn't. as they'll turn and they'll take down Fada alone. And of course, spawning out this little ancient stack that they've got going, Tundra. As Liquid, they'll be able to step up and take this, knowing that Tundra can't do anything to bully them away from it.
Insania, he's going to TP out immediately. But Insania TP'd and was immediately looking to make a summon play and brought the storm top. They're playing so quick.
Skeeter walks up into this. Okay, no. They've got the ward be taken down, so Skeeter knows not to play around here. They have got the Halberd done on 9, so a solid answer to the damage output of these heroes, such as the Weaver and the Storm. It's 33. He's waiting for the 16-minute rune. And Liquid's here. He's not going to be able to come down and get this. It is going to be top, and Fada again will manage to deny it. Tundra, despite falling rather far behind in gold, they have still been able to control and maintain this area of the map mid, keeping their tier 1 mid alive. Liquid haven't quite found the opportunity to push it down. We'll see Quaifer as well with this build after the Orchid going straight for the BKB. And I mean, he knows once he has this BKB, there's going to be nothing that Tundra can do to slow him down. Like, his game's going to be untouchable.
And he's going to have that before the PA as well. Skeeter will also rush the BKB. Kind of have to in a game like this, otherwise you're at risk of Orchid, Mars Spear, even just the Willow. Once he has the heals up, will be a big threat. Bottom, they're going to smoke as 3. I love how Liquid's playing though. Even with this lead, even though they can continue to outfarm, they recognize that they are so much stronger right now. They want to force action. They want hero kills. Here comes the summon.
Let's see what they can get here. Coming in with the smoke, Biver. He's going to be the one that gets spotted first as they go straight over towards the Tusk. Tundra's best interest to get everybody else out of here, and they will. Back up into the trees. So it is just Biver going down. No further casualties quite yet. I say that though, Boxy's heading in. He might get a good setup here for the arena. As the 3 of them are going to be found, the Terrorized following up onto Fada and I'm pushing them into the wall as Quaifer jumps over towards 33, takes out the Death Prophet. Tundra coming in with the 2 buybacks, trying to do something against this aggression from Liquid, but they've lost Fada. Biver's rolling in, 33 trying to lock down onto Boxy with the Siphon. Quaifer will get dragged back momentarily by the X-Mark, but he's got another round of spells ready to pull in and burst through Biver as Biver's down for a second time. 33, he's trying to find something in return. They do get the haste rune pickup on Skeeter, but 33 is just being fully focused down by the 3 of them. It's a triple kill for Mickey. Skeeter tries to get back in to take down Insania, but he's got to use the rest of this haste rune to run. He's got to be very cautious. As Tundra's attempts there with 2 buybacks, both ending in subsequent deaths again, as Biver and 33 get knocked out twice in that action. Liquid just continue to grow their lead, 16-4, 12k advantage.
The trust this team has with one another. Quaifer just zips down the hill, takes himself out of mana, but immediately a chakra comes in from Insania. And now, want to regen? Okay, I'll go base. Recall me back in. He'll have BKB up soon, and yeah, we'll see the close of this fight. It's just so simple for Liquid. You know, they find 3-3. All right, he's dead to the 2 cores. The support Willow Fear with the Mars ult, that'll take out the rest. They force a bunch of buybacks, and you know, Liquid just chill. They'll happily let a support die here and there. You know, who cares about Taiga? All of his spells are on cooldown anyway. Just stay chill.
Straight into the
now
pit.
Roche.
Even if Tundra want to come and try and fight this, the ults are a backup for Liquid. They'll have that arena ready to go. But Tundra, they can't do anything about this at all. Skeeter's just got to focus on getting that BKB complete. Same to be said, 4-9. And until those BKBs are there, this combo from Boxy and Tiger will be the death of them every single time.
Yeah. I love the Vladimir's on Boxy. It's just so good. It's the first one we've seen in these 6 games.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Possessed Mask as well, so he's deceptively tanky. Both his 2 cores now in Aegis on Quaifa, 2,000 health on the Weaver, plus the status resist.
Oh, this could be a rough fight for Tundra. 9. He's going to be caught on the front of it. Straight away in with the silence. He has got the boat coming down. So a bit of the run for him, but it isn't enough. As Quaifa takes him out, he's already looking for his next target as he goes straight over towards Biver. Biver buys a little bit of time in the safety of his snowball. Missile will hold back Quoifer, but Boxy charging in. Can he find it with the speed? He can. A beautiful angle from Boxy. Pins Biver to the tower.
Liquid can see it now. They're so close to Singapore. They just have to hold on. 18-4, 14K. Just keep it together. You're still playing against a Phantom Assassin.
Middle tower is under.
But, yeah, the graphs are not looking good for Tundra fans, nor OG fans out there.
Let's top lane. Ooh, 33. Ooh, he's able to make it out before the silence on Quoifer comes to an end. The Quoifer not able to find the Vortex pull. This 33 will live to see another day. They still need more time, Tundra. The problem is that time is being equally used as well by Liquid.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Liquid's just not giving it to them either. There's full-on pressure, especially now with Quoifer having a BKB. He knows that there's very little that's going to ever have the chance of taking him out, as he'll be able to fully commit. And at this stage, the lead that he has, the duration of the BKB is probably going to give him the opportunity to kill at least 2, maybe 3 heroes. Biver rolls in to his death.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Not the greatest game for our poor Tusk. 0-8.
But 9 is going to have a poke at him. 9 can't do anything about it. He's got an Aegis and a BKB. You don't want to mess with this Storm, and 9, he's going to pay with his life. Arena down, Boxy spears him to the wall. As the kills don't stop here for Liquid.
Saying he's just like, Quoifer, come here, bro. I got mana for you. I found an enemy.
Let's see what they can do by this tier 2. Silence onto Quoifer. They're going to try and run him down, but he pops the BKB. And he's ready to just stand his ground, look towards Fada. Fada gets taken out, knocked down low by the God's Rebuke. A buyback will come out from 9. Biver's going across over towards Boxy, but Quoifer zips into position. Biver will fall. 2 more kills for Quoifer. As the show continues here for Liquid.
Just no stopping this train. Almost the same advantage as there are minutes in the game. And I didn't think it was possible for them to look more dominant than they did against OG, but making a statement here is Liquid.
No, for sure. I mean, this is the way to do it as well. We're going to in a tiebreaker. If the 2 games that give you that victory are as impressive as this, then there's no question about it. Now, on the day when it mattered, Liquid so far have been the greater team by quite a while.
And Quoifer also just playing perfectly. 12-0-6, 23 minutes. He's like, you give him a last pick in a mid matchup that he's comfortable on, he will almost always deliver.
It's Quoifer. Another kill. Why not? Why not? Tundra. How the BKB's looking. Got it on Skeeter, but 9 still struggling towards his. And even when they're there, it's going to be a question of the damage.
It's just so bonkers. It's just the recall spam coming out. You get 1 kill, back to base, and here he is again.
They just can't stop killing. They can't stop killing. 24 kills, 24 minutes in.
Yeah, this is a combination we forgot about. The Coddle Storm. You know, this is something we hadn't seen too much in the season, but this is pretty nuts. It feels like there's just 1.5 times the impact of a typical Storm because he's constantly being given mana. Anytime he's fully out, he just goes base. He's everywhere.
Yeah, Liquid's just one of those teams that make it look too easy when they get their Keeper of the Light. You know, Insania.
What of regen.
Just fully controlling the flow of the game and just leaving no opportunities for Tundra to ever make map movements against Liquid. Liquid's just always going to be on top with the way that Insania's playing.
Yep. And it's wild. Look at Mickey's net worth. You know, he's surpassed his Storm. It's not as if he's been slouching.
No,
you haven't seen him as much this game, but he's just farming everything. Yeah,
he's having a great time hitting the creeps. You know, this is what he signed up for.
Yeah, Skeeter has his BKB, but I don't know where you'll get a chance to use it. You're really banking on a mistake here. Liquid, no Aegis. You really need Quoifer to mess up.
Fada. I mean, no chance here. Mickey takes him down. so quickly right now. This game, I mean, how on earth did Tundra turn this one around? This is rough. This is on the same levels as rough as that Liquid OG game was in this round of tiebreakers, without a doubt. It's Tundra. They've got Skeeter's PA somewhat farmed. Everybody else is falling behind. Insane has overtaken 33's farm. It's just all falling apart as Liquid are just breaking them down completely.
And you can see like the response from Tundra is just, you know, camp, try to make something happen, capitalize on Liquid trying to get a little too greedy, push out too many lanes. If it's Koifa, there's nothing you can do but run away. This man cannot be stopped. 9, unfortunately, 0-5, 1, 0-10 on Biver. The two playmakers for Tundra just have not been able to get involved. It's a big part of why they're in such a deficit. 25K, 26 minutes in.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, this is, yeah. That's pretty remarkable. And I mean, these 3 games, right? This round of the tiebreakers, I know we're a little excited to see more Dota. So we just got 3 more stomps card out of this.
Yeah. It's wild. I mean, the first round was incredible. It was like, wow, we want more of this. And it's just, these games haven't even been competitive. And do keep in mind, you know, Liquid win this, OG is eliminated. They are not going to be at that first major. They will finish 5th. They'll walk away with 50 DPC points and an extra grand.
Yeah.
Tundra would be 6th. Ooh, Skeeter thought about it.
That was very, very close. He's nearly got his death. I mean, honestly, with the way that Liquid's playing and the fact that they're 26K ahead, I think you have to give hats off to Skeeter for being able to actually find the farm that he is finding. Because it's something, you know, in a game where there's so many scary things out there on the map playing against Liquid right now. Skeeter's still keeping himself in the game. But is that ever going to be enough? Who knows? We'll find out. They're down 27K every second. The lead just growing bit by bit for Liquid.
And seems no signs of stopping. It's always a bit sad. And, you know, you look at Tundra, they're just in their base. But what else can you do? You know, Fada, he's going to camp under this ward. He's like, you know, we can control this hard camp. That's our move. Here you go, Skeeter. Deso is available. The secondary Blightstone upcoming, just to get every little ounce of damage you can. He's 18 as well now in the PA, so the crits coming out.
Here we go.
We'll be big. Yep.
This is what you got. It's Rapier. It's Rapier or bust. You got to go for it. Now the question is, will he get the money for it? I don't know. I hope he does. I want to see some Rapier action. I feel like in all the games that we've had today, we've been denied it. You know, we never got to sort of the divine Rapier state on anybody here in this tiebreakers. But down 28K at 28 minutes in, will Tundra be able to find the time for Skeeter to get it done? Or are we going to see Liquid be able to close this one up pretty shortly?
About to find out. Liquid wants it.
So here's Boxy. They're going to get the snowball opening. The boat comes down onto the 2 of them. They've taken out Tiger and they've taken out Boxy. Koifa's going to commit with the BKB. He's focusing down Fada. A big crit does come out in return. They've lost 33. Koifa's BKB soon to be coming to an end. Skeeter, he's up to the high ground and he's out of there. I mean, for a team down 28K, taking out Boxy and Tiger is pretty impressive. Can they get anything more out of this? They've got the snowball control onto mid-K. Skeeter tries to jump forward, will get blasted back by Insania. But a 2-for-3 trade whilst being 30K down, Carl. I think you take that.
Oh, for sure. How many? Well, they did buy back on Fada, but still, like it is something.
Yeah.
You're all washed up.
And it's time. Like realistically, the Rapier is worth 2 items in this game for the PA, which he will need because he's about 3 behind. Well, no, actually no, he's like 1 behind. So it'll bring him ahead of the game. He just needs 5,000 more gold.
And what's 5,000 gold, you know? That's
Yeah.
pocket change. If he has a, sort of look around, I'm sure he'll be able to find it. $32K lead. I mean, it's always rather wild to see that sort of a difference. And in a game where, tier 3s haven't gone down yet. Tundra, they're holding the base. We're yet to see Liquid be able to siege the high ground. I mean, how would you sort of rate the high ground defense of Tundra's lineup?
Oh, it's solid. I think that Liquid just gets so much more out of the map because of the way this draft has functioned, and they're making sure that they tick all the boxes, like the solar and now the Vlad's and the solar on Boxy, so more and more armor and damage amplification. The Weaver has the MKB.
They're coming out to try and fight around the Roche pit. 9. He's going to get the torrent out onto the two of them. Snowball across as well. Skeeter's going to jump in. They're fully focusing down Boxy. They take down Boxy. The Roshan falls, but Liquid, they're able to get the killing, get the Aegis on Kuiper. So now Tundra, they've got to be careful. Kuiper zips in. Arena down is caught. The three of them, they've managed to trap Skeeter against the wall as they bring down the PA. Mickey's able to get the time lapse off as he's now ready to start cleaning up. Double kill for Mickey. Can he get anything more? 9. Still alive for now. He's been silenced. Kuiper and Boxy bursting him down. The spear off the mark of 33 is 33. He's going to try and distract Liquid maybe away from going for objectives whilst 3 are dead on Tundra. He'll get himself caught in the bramble though. And with that, Liquid, they'll have the angle for the follow-up. Spear into the Vortex. Liquid take down the 4 of them. And they're able to play on with that Aegis intact. Kuiper, he's going to have that still ready to go for the high ground siege. And with these 4 heroes dead, 3 of them without buyback, Liquid's going to have a good window to push on.
That's excellent. Boxy with the buyback, very key. Gives Tundra no advantage for the initiation. Unfortunately, they had to go before Death Prophet ult was up, or perhaps that fight goes a little differently, but still a valiant effort this far behind.
Dire's top barracks are
Just too strong. Kuiper clicking the Aegis means that he fears nothing then. Free to zip forwards all the way up that hill. That's 1 Rax, possibly 2.
They will at least have the cheese for the next fight. We did see Skeeter being able to grab that, but I don't know if it's going to be anywhere near enough. Level 25 Mickey, 37K lead. They take this Rax. It's going to be a 40K advantage pretty much. They'll have the full lineup in 15 seconds, Tundra, but the mid set of Rax, it's going down. They find their second set of Rax. Liquid, they'll reset. They'll play this out nice and safely. No need to risk anything, even if that was possible with the lead that they have here. As Tundra, what have they got? Can they stop Liquid? As Liquid seem to be right on the edge of doing it. I mean, some would argue they've probably already done it here.
You gotta fight. You gotta go. Liquid, they want to go to the major. 1 more Rax to do it.
Mickey, he just pots the BKB. He's going to commit for the Rax. They're going to be able to get them. The mega creeps are out. And with that, again, Liquid, they'll revel in what should be this potential victory. Back off for a little bit. Tundra, they're trying to chase.
Tundra, they just want the 1 more fight.
Let's see what they can do. 33.
Impossible.
He's in with the BKB. Goes out as well. They get the silence, but Kuiper pots the BKB. Is out to the side. Byron 9 trying to chase Farley. Just gets torn apart by Mickey. The arena's down. It's caught the 3 of them. They've locked down Skeeter. They've taken out Biver. They'll get the pullback onto 33. GG is called as Liquid. They have done it. They absolutely have. This round of tiebreakers, their 2 games. I mean, they weren't messing around. There was sort of no room for error with the way that they were so far ahead of their opponents in both of these games. You couldn't make a single move at all against Liquid.
Oh, no. This is the Liquid we expected to see all season, right?
Yeah.
The Liquid that didn't get 0-2'd by Tundra in the group stage. And when they're on, they are still very much on. A hell of a game, well drafted, back to the basics, and really just from start to finish in both their match against OG and here, it wasn't even close. They took a lead at 3 minutes, and then the rest of the day just shoop.
Yeah, so the draft this time round again, as you say, just you look at the 2 cores, Mickey, Kuiper, neither of them dying at all. 17-0, 16 on the Storm, 10-0, 11 on the Weaver. They knew how good of a game it was for these heroes, and Tundra, they just had nothing to punish that. I mean, you could already, as you say, feel it very early on. Koifa with the start that he got. I mean, we've seen multiple times Liquid do a fantastic job of just finding that perfect hero to end the draft, that it can be played in a way that there's no answer. You know, what were they supposed to do? When Koifa gets this Orchid as quickly as he did, and he's got Insania setting him up across the map, what do you even do? How do you play against that, Carl?
I honestly don't know. It's why I felt the Coddle might be the hero. It's too good. And they didn't, they've got so many combinations with it that, it feels like Koifa could have played a multitude of different picks, but Storm definitely perfect. Nothing else would have taken as much map control. So, credit to them. Shout out to Insania, also didn't die. Hell of a performance. The recalls, wave cuts, like he's stacking, he's giving mana. A lot of unseen actions taken by the Liquid captain to help secure the win. And, they took the hardest road they possibly could have, but Liquid will be going to the major.
They will. Well, as I say, with the wins we saw in this round of tiebreakers, there's no question about it. Against Tundra and OG, Liquid definitely able to prove today that they were the finest squad involved in this tiebreaker, as they've done it. They win the tiebreaker here out of the three of them. Team Liquid, we'll see them at the major.
Forget you